That thing, bam, we're live. Everyone be professional. Hey,
we're on.
that preview scared the shit out of me.
I know.
Which?
Your preview on Instagram.
Oh, you're talking about the 300 thing? Have you never seen that?
I don't know what I've seen or haven't seen, but I was at the beach getting my swerve on, throwing some disc. I stopped to get some sunflower seeds and check my phone, and I saw that shit, and I was like, damn.
Tonight
Going hard. Going hard.
Throw
Going
it
hard tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Watkins, ready your breakfast and eat hearty. But tonight, we dine in hell!
It's about, oh, he looks nervous.
I like that in the cartoons when the dude bites his nails and the shit's just flying off everywhere. You know, like who does that? Like Jerry used to do that, right? Like Tom and Jerry? No, Tom, the cat would do that shit.
We were just talking about how you don't have any movie references to you whatsoever, except for Twilight. You know Twilight real well.
I got a cartoon reference. Twilight. That's the You know, I do want to actually see that. See, that was one of the series I kind of did want to see because I was into the Anne Rice books when I was a kid. Do you know Anne Rice?
I'm assuming she's the author of Twilight.
No, she wrote Interview with a Vampire. She did a vampire. It was like I didn't read much fiction, but I read those vampire books. I kind of like into vampires.
I'm a big vampire fan as well.
You are?
Van Helsing, that's oh yeah. That's not really vampire though. It's like half vampire, half Frankenstein. Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman.
I don't know if yeah. I think I've seen that. Anne Rice died. Do you know Bram Stoker's Dracula?
Of course. That's old.
And how about the one there's one. It's my favorite one. I actually cried in it. It's the one where the guy has to become Dracula to save his son. Look at you laughing at me because I cried. Do you know what I'm talking about? Hey, can you pull up Dracula movies, Caleb?
Yeah,
man, I was going to make fun. I was going to make fun of all of the podcast out there that focus on Marvel movies today. I guess I'll cross that off the thing. Don't make fun of guys. Let me see.
Cried during this Dracula movie.
Dracula Untold. Dracula Untold.
Blade. That one's good. And
yeah, Blade's great too.
There we go.
Okay, no more movie talk. This is ruining. We're gonna say something. We're ruining my shtick. I had a whole thing to make fun of.
We got to bring up Dracula the musical. Still, we haven't even talked about that.
Is there such a thing?
From Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Oh yeah.
Oh yes, excellent show.
See, they know.
Hey, no grown man talks about Marvel shit. It's just stupid. It's like watching video games.
Only DC. Wait here, I got to show off this guy. I got this guy today.
Oh jeez.
Very nice.
Okay,
now.
Hey, Sousa Scratch, Caleb, cross all that shit off the script where I was just gonna destroy. How about those guys who got How about those guys who got the lady from the Doctor? There's a Doctor Who movie or a Doctor No movie that I heard Shawnee and Tommy talking about on their podcast or on that private one that they had, and they were talking about how they were. I think Tommy was saying he was going to go see it, or Shawnee, I can't remember. But that chick in that movie just got busted yesterday. Her and her husband for fucking pedophilia. Did you see that Disney movie?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right, fine. Did I send you a link, Caleb? Caleb, bring up the link.
I want to know.
Yeah, bring up the link. Doctor No, Strange. Doctor Who, Doctor Strange.
Definitely Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange, Zara.
James Bond. Come on.
God, I hope she's not Armenian. Look at that last name. Convicted of sex with girl. Her and her husband supposedly, they seduced this 13-year-old girl. Can you imagine being on the top of your game? Your big Disney Marvel movie comes out, and then you and your husband go down for.
Oh, it's both of them.
Yeah.
No.
Not good. Yeah, when you read the story, it kind of sounds like the Epstein shit. Like she basically
it was like vampires there.
Yeah.
That's how they become vampires. They got to, do that weird crap.
Hey, the Tyler Watkins article video you did. So okay, sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Guys, the premise for this is I asked Andrew Hiller, I said, hey, you're making so much content. Like I'd like to try to do a show that's like the cliff notes of your content once a week. And he's like, sure, let's give it a shot. And he said, I said, so you'll come on and like for 90 minutes, we'll try to talk about like the 5, 6, 7, 8, God knows how many videos he's made. But then these two monster videos that he made this last week. I hope they don't take all the air out of the room. I want to try to not give those more time than they deserve. because there's other great work in there.
We'll leave you to scheduling out the show, so you can decide how long each of them get. Then it's all up to you, man. Yeah, it's your show, right?
It sort of. It's my ring, but you're the diamond in it.
Oh, that was cute.
So sweet of you.
Thank you.
That was good.
So
Thank
cute.
you.
Hey, so we posted an article on the Sevan podcast, and it's what is media, and we posted it before I read it. And man, we just kicked the we kicked the shit out of our own selves in this. Well, you could go down to the last paragraph.
Oh, sorry.
Shit! I didn't see this. That's a
look at this last paragraph. My guess is that Andrew Hiller wasn't allowed because he refuses to wear a shirt most of the time. Get with the program, bud. This isn't your father's fitness program anymore. And as far as Sevan, we've only been able to hypothesize 2 conclusions as to his media access denial: his homosexual tendencies or his proclivity to lay on his back naked while doing energy body. This is it. Like we're just taking an ass whooping in my own.
Is this who is Dan? Is this sarcastic? Is this? I'm not wearing.
No, he's one of our senior writers. He's one of our senior writers.
Yeah, is he writing sarcastically or is this real
I don't know
life?
what the hell he's doing.
Scroll up.
But hey,
we're just looking at the end.
Hey, when there's no competition, you can get away with anything.
Apparently, you can submit whatever you want.
This is crazy.
Shoot.
Who needs Tommy or Shawnee when you got your own writers to fucking mash you?
All right, that's right. Nice, thank you, Dan. Yeah, I'm not professional. This is my girl. It's hot in here. All right, it just hit 90 in Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey, tell the Liver King that with his 1.5 million followers in the last 6 months. I don't think he even wears. He doesn't even wear underwear. Are you wearing underwear?
He walks around. Yeah. Yeah, I am. I am.
Right.
I had to check, but he walks around New York City in no shirt. And yeah, he's not media though, so we can't use that as an argument.
Right. Good point. He's clearly a salesman. Before we start, I stumbled across something this week that was interesting that I didn't know. The layers of Andrew Hiller are sort of coming out. He on one of the podcasts on the Rogue One, which is really good. Sorry, on the video, which we'll get to. Could you pull up his YouTube page? And we'll sort of look at the main themes for this show. But as we watch these videos that Andrew makes, we learn more and more about him. I had no idea how fit he was. I didn't know that he went to the regionals. I didn't know that he had done the Rogue Challenge. He talks about in there that he got no rep. His chest missed the bar in one of the reps. We'll talk about that and show that. And then so I started digging around. And you also you do programming.
Yes, I do.
And you have a programming, like people can jump on the Andrew Hiller train. Is that the programming you went to the regionals?
I did in 2016, individual, team in 17 and 18.
Okay, shit.
Taking notes.
Sorry. We just made $2. You got to answer this question. Tighty whitey or brief for $2?
They are Nike compression shorts. There we go. There they are. Yeah. There you go. That's all for you, Sevan. I know you love that stuff. Yeah, he's sweating.
You know, hot and bothered in that sweater over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Susan.
I also had to make sure I prompt up Noble right there. Those are my shorts.
Those are Noble shorts?
Yeah, I had to make sure everyone saw the Noble shorts.
How much were those?
I don't know. I got them as a gift. I don't really buy many clothes.
The
payment
hey,
plan.
Wad Zombie, for add a 0 to that, and I'll get him to send those compression shorts to you, unwashed.
I'll take them off right now. I'll package them and everything. A Ziploc bag with a sticker on it.
Yes. Oh, look at no. Look at this. I guess it's time to analyze the programming. Hiller fit.
Oh man, that would be wicked. And I hope it goes so south. It's like, this is the worst program I've ever seen. That'd be awesome.
Does Hiller Hiller, do you lay under lights and let them cook your skin is the question.
I did a 30-minute bike outside yesterday because it is warmer in Chicago right now. So if I'm extra tan, that's why. But I believe we covered the tanning thing in our first talk. And that's a yes.
Hey, do you own a tanning bed?
No, but I almost bought one during COVID. I've gone every single week since I was 17 at the recommendation of my dermatologist. When I had really bad acne when I was a teenager, and the dermatologist like, yeah, just go do some tanning and it'll take it off. And she was right, it did, and I've gone every week since.
Wow, that's amazing. What about the health? I thought that shit was bad for you.
It's weird. Isn't it wicked that a dermatologist is the one who recommended that, and they also are the ones who tell you you've got skin cancer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ironic.
That's all
They
I gotta
must know
say about
something.
that.
Did you do any research on it? Do you know as
No.
much about tanning beds as you do steroids?
I don't know anywhere near about. I can get the fiance in here. She knows more about tanning because she's got the skincare business, but nowhere near as much. No.
All right. Chris Hassel, I'm a little worried the Bill Cosby show sweater, Sevan. So funny you should say that, racist. Many years ago, I went to the great level 1 trainer, flow master, most senior guy on the training team, probably now, Chuck Carswell's house, and did a video with him and his family. And I stayed out there for several days and hung with Chuck, and I did like a 30-minute video with him and his family. And at the time, he had a young son. I don't remember how young, but young. And recently, this came in the mail from his son. I guess he watches the show.
Did he make it?
He made it. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
He made it, and he said, "Hey, I'll take any feedback." And so I wore it once and worked out with it, and like didn't pay it any mind. And I couldn't actually stand the colors. And then today I saw it by my stack of clean clothes that were folded, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's actually kind of nice." And I put it on. I was like, "Damn, I like fucking yoked in this." Color schmullers.
You look yoked in everything, man.
Thank you. That's
Not enough people tell you that.
No, they don't. You're right.
Give him his love.
Dylan Val, I'll take that offer. Send me those shorts. I'll wear them for my next fight. Holy smokes.
All right, how do I get his address? I'll send him.
We'll get it for you.
Get me Dylan's address. I'll send him my compression shorts. Not the Noble pants. Those are, I'm still paying for those. The payment plan. I got like 12 months to go. Been paying $1 a month for the past 60 months.
For what plan?
The payment plan on the Noble shorts.
Oh,
I
right.
Couldn't buy them out. I couldn't buy them outright, so they're on a whatever payment plan through the bank.
Always smart to go with their financing options over there at Noble.
That's right. They have them, I think.
They better.
Can you, Caleb, pull up his YouTube page one more time? We'll pick a video out of here. I watched all these. I enjoyed all of them. Don't tell anyone. I'm sort of getting addicted to like your voice and just the whole way you cut shit up, and I'm getting addicted. I used to watch
That's why you
stuff.
have me
Now
on
I'm getting,
now.
Yeah. Well,
that way you can make me say things that you want to hear. It's like one of those paid, hear people talk things. Have you heard about those?
No, but the cameos.
I have a client that I work with who was telling me that you're able to pay to hear Rich Froning say certain things. Like you pay a service $50, and they'll have him say like, "Hey, happy birthday, so and so," and then it's like a 10-second clip for $50.
Froning,
and I'm not
Cameo?
sure. Is that Cameo? I think don't quote me because it's coming from a secondary source, but I believe that you can get people like who is the lightweight baby? You can get him to say some stuff too, but that was like $200.
Yeah,
$200. Yeah.
How about the Island Boys? Island Boys. Look at, I just started singing and I got $50.
Well, they made Alex Stein's video about his mom, so
Olsen dudes, love it, fellas. Keep being good dudes. Thank you.
Olsen dudes.
Thank you.
Wow, $50. That'll buy you a pair of shorts, Sevan.
That will.
It's your first payment plan.
Half a pair.
Almost.
Hey, will you look up Island Boys Cameo? I want to see how much it costs. I'm probably going to get that for Susan. We had our 1-year anniversary for the podcast. I feel like I should get him something.
They got Haley Adams is on there.
No way.
Hey, she's got a pretty unique voice too.
So I was asking the guys before the show if anyone ever knows the plan, and I know this wasn't part of the plan.
What? To talk about
there's no plan when we go to these shows. It is on there. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, $600 for a business. What does that mean?
Just don't tell them that you're using it for business.
$6,000. I'd pay $6,000. Here, can I hear them? They're my favorite.
For them to sing that for you?
Anything. Do they have a sample?
This is awesome.
Like
so every $1 in this show needs to now go towards
birthday, this. John B. You turning 24. I'm 0526. Keep up on boxing, yeah. And moving on cement feet. Oh, yeah. Finish your damn score.
For real.
Oh, happy birthday.
That's worth $600.
Okay,
I don't know
Caleb, I
about
want to
that.
know if that's true about Spiegel's shorts. Will you look up Danny Spiegel shorts? That would be amazing.
On it.
Wait, what's
If he finds this, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna walk out of the garage. I'm going somewhere else.
Hey, wasn't someone farting in jars and selling it? She sells you and making bank.
Who buys
Yeah.
that? What do the people look like that buy that?
What does it look like jarring that?
Oh, Dylan, will you send me a link to your knockout last week? Thank you. Gary, it has to be Avi and the one of his. Well, I don't know what that
Do you
is.
think they would
Accent.
walk into
Okay.
traffic for $600? It's funny. One of the comments.
Okay. Let's get focused here. Back to the Hiller YouTube page.
This is yours. Remember, this is your job. You have one job.
Man, this is
Keeping
part of the
control.
plan. We're
It's so
accelerating.
fucking hot at my house. I'm just pouring sweat. Okay.
Take that
so-
shirt off.
So, oh God, I
Shut
wish
up.
I had that.
Shut
I wish I
up.
had that ability. Are those the videos? Why is it so blurry? First, I want to go look at this first hip and steel video. Can you scroll down a smidge? Oh, 30K views 2 weeks ago. Are you surprised? Why does this video? Why does anyone really give a shit about this? Why does this have so many views?
I think it's because there's not nearly enough content put out there for the Masters athletes. So when something goes out, it just kind of shoots around them and they're all picking up on it. And also of the comments sections that I've been looking at, they tend to be the most well-spoken comment section and the most upspoken comment section. That was up until today and yesterday on the comments today. But up until that, every other one was like, yeah, whatever. But these ones, they were really up in arms about it.
Oh,
That being the quality of movement.
Meaning the subject took a fucking beating in this one. And it's like the biggest beating in more than most of your videos the subject gets, except for these last two on Tommy and Shawnee. They kind of took a beating too.
Correct. And and here's the thing is I look at this, you can see how many likes I got. How did you do that? How come you can see but nobody else can see? I thought that wasn't you can't see the dislikes. So on my page, I can see the dislikes. I'm just waiting for a video that I put up to just completely not make sense and everyone's going to downvote it. And it hasn't happened yet. So that's basically my main metric to make sure that I'm doing things in the right fashion is like the like to dislike ratio.
You're kind of a loser if you dislike a video. Oh, Caleb, will you hit the like button? You're kind of I don't really ever dislike. Hey, dislike it. I want to see what happens. Oh, now like it again. Oh, it didn't take it down to 705 though.
Well, it was 706.
It's not an average. It's not like it fights the people who liked it.
No, but it was 706 when he went there and he clicked it up to 707. Okay, click it back up again. Okay, go to a different video. Go to a different video. Let me see.
All this means is that you didn't like it in the first place.
Go to any video and then that one. That's good. And then click down. Click it down.
Video. It's liked.
Click it down. Okay, so you took it. Look it, and now click up.
Yes, this is how it works, man. What are you talking about?
No. Do you see what's happening there? Is anyone following what's happening?
No.
It doesn't take away from the likes. It just kind of gets rid of it like it never happened.
Yeah. So you're at 637. When he clicks dislikes, you're at 636.
But when we came to the page, it was at 637.
No, it's at 636.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm going to be the one to keep the show moving. What are we talking about? The hip steel video?
He already liked it.
Fine. Okay, hip and steel. So you think that there's just a drought of Masters stuff, and that's why that did so well.
That's like the stuff. If we look at the CrossFit Instagram page, they do a pretty good job of kind of touching on a lot of stuff. But when you look at the games page, there's no content on the Masters. That was up until there was something recently, and I featured her in one of my videos, and I forget the name of the athlete involved. It's short. It's not an American name, because I don't think she spoke English, because when I went to her Instagram, I had to translate everything. But up until then, there wasn't very much content on the Masters, especially as of late. And I'm sure you can speak more on that in the history. But it's always kind of been a general thing is that the Masters want more coverage. So when I made something on them,
I believe it or not, I used to be head of the media team, maybe the greatest living CMO that ever lived, and also managed the CrossFit Journal with more than 10,000 pieces of content. So I know a little bit about media. And what is also the premier
media,
which is also the premier health and fitness journal in the world, which is still buried somewhere on the internet, which if someone gave a shit at CrossFit in media, they would have already pulled it up to the front. That would have been the very first thing they did when they bought the company. That's what every affiliate would like. Just for Gary or Aaron, you're not going to be there very much longer probably, but well, their CTO their CTO fucking retired today. That place we haven't even wait till we get to that. But someone pulled the fucking journal up to the front, man. I swear to God, for $10,000 a year, I will start tweeting to you guys how to run the fucking company.
Jim wants to see Tommy and I fight. And
the first thing you do is you bring Dennis Miller inside the fucking cage, inside the fence. Don't leave Dennis Miller outside anymore.
Who is Dennis Miller?
Andrew Hiller.
Are you kidding me? Is that what? Yeah. Okay. I would have never, if I hadn't asked you, I'd have had no idea what you're talking about. I'm glad I cleared that up. Yeah. Bring me in the cage.
I mean, dude, I understand you don't want to bring me inside the fence. I understand that would take some insane humility, but Speaking fucking of cages,
I wrestled in college. Did you know that?
Yes. Maybe.
I was a dog shit wrestler. I got to admit to everybody, I was not a good wrestler. And
what school?
Seen, it was D3. I wrestled at North Central in Naperville. And I did a couple of years. Thanks, man. I was decent enough in high school where I made it downstate, and I only did so because of things like CrossFit, like trying to and I wouldn't say I was doing it at that point in time, but basically the headspace to just like get better than everybody physically. And I was a dog shit wrestler, and that really showed in college. So one of my favorite comments ever that I read was just like, "Hey, this guy who never made it to the games and had a record in college that was sub 500. Oh yeah, we're all going to listen to you." And I'm like, yeah, I'm a bad wrestler. What are you trying to tell me? I know. And I had to make sure at some point I made that pretty evident that I know I wasn't very good, but I tried harder than everybody.
To make fun of a collegiate wrestler is fucking that's just the second that comes out of your mouth. I don't care if it's Division 17. You're a moron. You're just like no one. I
think they call that JUCO. JUCO.
But please don't say. I have 3 Jewish boys. Please don't say that.
Shoot.
But
not what I said.
It's nuts. It doesn't even matter. If you're wrestling at that level, it's nuts. Even the training was nuts, right, Hiller?
The training was wild, and actually in college, that's where I got introduced to CrossFit. So they were the Bratland brothers, and they were all about Murph. And I remember we would do Murph in the preseason, and we would do it on these swinging pull-up bars, and it was just out of control. And there were people who were doing it way quicker. Oh, didn't you want to talk about this? Donald Trump Jr.'s Murph time.
Oh yeah,
I remember in college I would see I'm doing the show thing for you. I'm keeping us.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know all the comments. Oh, thank God Hiller's keeping Sevan on track. Dylan Val, dude, what the fuck? Saying you suck at D3 wrestling is like making it to the regionals and saying you suck at CrossFit. I was gonna say it's like having a 9-inch dick and saying it's just average, but you do you, Dylan.
The thing that drove me crazy about D3 wrestling was that everybody who went to state was a high quality state wrestler, but didn't give a shit about doing better at wrestling anymore, went D3, and then just kind of like drank their lives away. And now most of the guys I wrestled with are 400 pounds because they didn't know how to control their body weight outside of wrestling tactics. Oh. And it drives me insane. Here we go. Look at this. 31.56. Okay.
This is Donald Trump Jr.'s page. I was imagining a 400-pound guy. Oh boy. Let me read this.
It was only 31.
After being really inconsistent in my workouts, coming back to CrossFit, Murph is a recipe for disaster. Did okay, but 5 minutes off my PR of 31.56. Run 1 mile, run another mile. Was excited. But I don't see him with a vest on.
No, vest. I mean, doesn't count. Does not.
Well,
count.
It's still insane without a vest.
So without a vest, he did it in 26.56.
No.
That was his best. No. That's his best ever.
36.56 was that time today or that day.
Someone in the comments.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay.
Who in the comments? Has anyone in the comments done it without a vest? And I think I've never even broke 40, and I don't use a vest. I think like 41 or something or 44.
I broke in 40 without a vest.
You have? Well, you're
broken 40 with a vest.
With a vest, both.
Correct. Yeah. But it wasn't like game standards. And like everything was like tight knit and right there. And I did it where you can do whatever repetition number you want whenever you want to do it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't set up where you got to go like 100, 200, 300, or it wasn't broken up where it was 20, 40, 60 like it was the next year of the games. But
Who's
40 somehow. Go ahead.
So do you buy that? Do you buy that? At that time?
Donald Trump Jr.? Hell
Yeah.
no.
Oh. All right.
You know what we should do? We should invite him on the show and ask him to do it live. With
Or just
Hunter
invite him on the
McIntyre.
show and ask him
That's what
about
I was
it.
gonna say. Just invite him. Just invite him on the
Did
show.
you watch Hunter McIntyre's attempt at a sub 30-minute Murph with the vest on?
No, how'd he do?
I think he was close, but the guy who was doing it next to him had the most dog shit push-ups I've ever seen in my life. Hunter's were good. Hunter was good the entire way through. And I remember watching it live because I thought he had a chance at it because, as I've said before, I think he's one of the fittest people ever. Mostly based around his ability to push the machines. And actually, Ben Smith put something out today talking about machine work and how the syndicate is completely based around machine work. Have you guys seen that? Or is that just
No,
me?
but Ben's. I really like how vocal Ben Smith and Rich Froning are starting to be about CrossFit. It's fascinating to me, and
It's
I
a
like
travesty that video only has 80 views on YouTube. Last time I checked,
I think Dave shared it. Is it a recent one?
it's put up this morning, I believe.
Okay, so I think it was shared on there. I think it was. It was Ben Smith talking about programming. So
I got something coming up with that, so hopefully it doesn't take off before I get my video out. I'm always nervous about that. I'll make a video and I go, I got to get it up because I don't want anyone else to cover it before I cover it.
No one is. Don't worry. Don't worry. No one's
too.
covering what you're covering. Don't worry. No one's covering Tommy and Shawnee except for you.
All right. Someone out there is like,
you're
"That's a good idea."
desperate. You're desperate.
Did Joe Rogan had a YouTuber on, Mr. Beast. Do you know who that is?
mm-hmm.
Mr. Beast, Sevan, do you know? No, he's like the biggest YouTuber ever. And he said that if anybody had his notebook full of ideas, they would be $1 million YouTubers as well. But it's all about the ideas. It's not even about the content. It's not even about the production. It's about the idea that goes into it. And that's said by the most successful YouTuber on YouTube.
Wow. He thinks
he was on Rogan. He was on Rogan.
Jim Lubanaski, a former patron or guest of the show. He's Patreon. It's big in my head this week. I've hit 38 unpartitioned 2 different times, and that was running 740 miles. I think Hunter could go faster than he did. Wow, I'm having a kind of a flashback.
To what?
Or deja vu. Just, I don't know, something. Hi. Am I being nice? Oh, in case I get hot? Oh, Haley brought me another shirt in case I get hot.
Hey, look at that shirt.
This one. CrossFit Livermore.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so there's my affinity for homosexuality too. Then again, being Haley just heard it and
you're good to go.
So we neglected the Masters all the time. I had no interest in the Masters, and so I get that. And I did see I don't know if it was Get With the Programming or Tommy and Shawnee, but one of them a few months ago covered a bunch of Master stuff, and their fucking numbers skyrocketed. I was like, holy shit! It was like 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 views, and I was like, oh shit, maybe covering Masters is the way to get some shit rolling.
They love it. They want to be they don't want to be appreciated. They just want to be spoken of at some level in relation to the 3 people that CrossFit talks about all the time.
Oh, that hurts. DTJ did it. Probably partitioned. He's a good dude. I messaged him to clarify. Probably not necessary. Oh, thank you, Tommy. Please let him know. Thank you.
What did he say? I want to know more.
Yeah, you can't trust anyone Mexican dude with the first name Tommy.
Tommy's a good dude. I know Tommy.
Oh, okay, fine.
He's a good guy.
Fine.
Yeah, I trust Tommy. I don't know if I trust Donald Trump Jr.
I trust Donald Trump Jr. The Tyler Watkins article. Holy shit, that was amazing what you did with that. Can you pull up that YouTube video, Caleb?
Was that actually good? I wasn't sure how that would come across.
Oh my goodness.
Because here's what happens is I have YouTube Premium, and most of the stuff that I listen to, I'm usually doing something else, working out or doing yard work or I don't know, anything, driving, and I would put on the background, and it's so I could turn the phone off and listen to it podcast style. So I envisioned that people wouldn't be able to read this awesome article, so I just transcripted it and then also put a text to speed on it. I hope it came across well.
Yeah, this is a fantastic article. the worst of a bad situation, rehashing CrossFit quarterfinal events. The actual article is on the Sevan podcast website. But Hiller does an amazing, basically he has some AI read the article, and then he pauses the article every couple minutes and gives his 2 cents. And basically what it is it's an article where Tyler is thinking very, very clearly, and he explains in detail 3 ways that based on a Jocko Willink book, 3
Correct.
ways that Jocko, if he were the leader of CrossFit or leader of the CrossFit Games, how he may have handled that situation. The first one was he would review all the videos. The second one was, and I had never heard this one, drop the event. Did you ever think of that, Hiller? Like, hey, event 3 is such a fuck up, let's just drop it.
I don't know where I had heard it. Maybe it was Brian, but I had heard it a couple of times, and I think that would have been we heard somewhere like what, I think it was in the Tommy and Sean interview, like, what would you do if they just admitted that everything that they were doing was wrong? And I'd be like, I would admit that it's a step in the right direction. So if they would have done something like drop this event, then all of a sudden everybody in the community would know that at least they're holding themselves accountable, and it would have been a step in the right direction, because all they're doing is not saying anything ever. And that's the worst part of all of it, is that we don't know anything ever at any time. And I'm going to stop there.
Hey, dropping Castro suggests that, dropping event. I didn't know that. He must have talked to him. But yeah, dropping the event, it would not have been popular, but the way, if you listen to this video, or if you go read the article, Tyler explains why it's fucking brilliant, and it is brilliant.
The only issue with dropping it would have been, it would have also pissed off just as many people. So I know I've spoken with athletes like Jordy, and Jordy's upset that he's like 1 spot out due to the fact that workout is clearly not done the way it was supposed to be done on CrossFit's end. But also there was an athlete named James Sprigg, who was mentioned in the article, who would have been booted from the semifinals as a result of dropping it. So either way, somebody was going to be pissed.
Right.
The perfect scenario would have been. Sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. Tell me.
Perfect scenario is they would have just done what they're supposed to do and bet the workout.
Oh, what do you mean? Suggestion number 1, just review all the videos.
Yeah, like they should have done, and that was brought up in like a flow chart. And one of them was, you got 1 person doing 20 days worth of work, or you got 5 people doing 2 days worth of work, which would have totally made sense. Right?
Yes, totally. I want to say this, that something you said in there that I disagreed with. You handled it a little bit nicer. You basically said, hey guys, in a nice way, you said, I don't think you guys are doing everything you can. And I want to tell you that I think that the reason why they're not doing everything that they can is because there's no ownership. There used to be ownership of the games. The people who worked there used to feel like they had ownership of the games under Dave. Everyone felt ownership. It's hard to explain unless you've ever worked somewhere where you feel like you have ownership. And there's no leadership. So with no ownership and no leadership, there can be no there's no accountability, there's no pressure, there's no peer pressure, there's no guilt. I know you were more positive about me on this, but that's what I think the issue is.
The fact that they don't care per se because they don't have any ownership over it, or what are you getting at?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, why would they take any of these steps? Tyler cared more by writing the article than it's sort of like this. My dad went to some of you aren't going to know this, but Russia used to be called the USSR, and it was a bunch of fucking countries over there. And it was communist. And when my dad went to Armenia to visit our relatives there, one day they went to go, and my relatives drove garbage trucks, collected garbage in the town. And one day they went to work and there was no gas in the garbage truck. So they fucking went home. The gas was right there. They could have just put it in, but they didn't because it wasn't their job.
It's not my job, bro.
It wasn't their job, bro.
That's a good meme. I like that meme.
And so that's what's going on. That's what's going on over there. There's no and there's no one there. You know, that shit didn't happen when Dave was there. When you're with 5 people who have ownership, it's like doing a workout together. You'll make sure shit gets done. And that's what I mean by ownership, accountability.
So
but what do I know? I'm not a professional. So what do I know?
You understand corporation hierarchy?
Yes.
And how these things
because you're
work.
still wearing your shirt. The second you take your shirt off, you're going to figure it all out.
Yes.
He's not going to do it though. All right. So when I ran the affiliate, what I always looked at the affiliate as is it's my baby. And
what was the name
whenever
of your
anybody-
affiliate? What was the name of it?
CrossFit Alpha Dog.
Okay. And you
Now-
weren't, and when you mean your baby, you mean like really your baby.
Yeah, like I put my heart and soul into the thing. I was there as much as I could be there, as long as it like wasn't literally killing me. And at some points in time, it did. And I'm sure that everybody kind of resonates with that. Like it takes a bit of your soul. The same way that I would think, and I don't have kids, and I know you do, but at points in time, you feel like they're taking a little bit of you, and that's okay because it's super important to you. Correct?
Right.
It's like you want to do everything you can for them at any point in time, and everybody who would like go in and out of the affiliate all of a sudden became family and was very important. The things that they had to say were very important to you. And I don't get that same sense from CrossFit with the entire season. So like if somebody would say something to me, I would need to make it sure that everybody knew that at least I was hearing them out. Be like, all right, I heard what you said. If I'm not going to do something, one of the biggest things that people would say is that we have to have a 5 a.m. We have to have a 5 a.m. And when people would say we have to have a 5 a.m., I go, okay, but I also coach the 7:30 p.m. And then I know that if I lose a coach, then all of a sudden I would get home at 9:30 p.m. and I'd have to wake up at 4 a.m. to get to the 5 a.m. And it's
Look at Susan laughing.
Place,
He knows. He
like,
knows.
You know,
Think of my language, baby.
And I was like, yeah. So I would tell them, I'm like, guys, we can't have a 5 a.m. I'd be super transparent. Like, we can't have this because I know you have a coach right now, but if the coach that was there right now all of a sudden needs to quit and gives me a week notice because that's the way that the affiliates kind of work. It's like, hey, I'm out. It's like, well, there's no 2 week notice. This isn't corporate. I mean, it's CrossFit, and I would have appreciated a 2 weeks notice. Someone in the comment sections would be like, Andrew, I asked you for a 5 a.m. Like, screw you. But do you understand what I'm saying here? It doesn't seem as if CrossFit has the want or need or have the connection to their business that people like the affiliate owners have to their gyms. And when somebody has this, at least you're going to tell your members why you're not going to do something if you're not going to do it. So like, why aren't they going to do it? And I wouldn't lie to them. Like I was honest. I'm like, guys, I already get very little sleep as it is. And I'm also trying to be a very competitive athlete. Like I need hopefully 6.5 to 7 hours. And then I want to operate and I have to find times to work out. And I would tell them all of this. If they want to say something like, screw you, you want to work out more than you want to give us at 5 a.m. I'm like, you can go into another gym. At least I'm telling you, maybe that gym isn't going to tell you exactly what you want to hear, but that's just how I work. And I guess that's also how I'm going about doing all this stuff. Because everyone's going to know exactly what I want 4 a.m. All right. So I got to give it 3 a.m. I got to give it 3 a.m. and I got to go to bed at 9:30 p.m. And then all of a sudden I don't have any time to do anything ever. But sometimes you do things that you don't want to do also on the other end of the spectrum. So you make, it's a balancing act. And it should be, right?
Caleb, will you pull up Richard's post again? Sorry.
Show them your weak sleep score.
Hey, Richard, I want 2 more vowels in your name. Okay. His fucking last name. The fuck is that mess?
Nobody would show up for 5 a.m. I like the 5 a.m. comments in here.
Okay, so what you're saying is that that the reason why they couldn't do I'm being too negative, that the reason why they couldn't do workout 3 right wasn't because that no one cared, but it's because that they had a 5 a.m. class to teach. Fine, you win. Okay,
they're too busy coaching 5 a.m. class.
Yes, they're too busy coaching 5 a.m. Do you want the 5 a.m. to 7:30, or do you want event 3 done right? The fuck you want?
Oh, that hurt me a little bit.
I want the 5 a.m. I have a 5 a.m. for the record, right? And it is my busiest class. People in the comments they turned on me. They're like, get a 5 a.m., Matt. I'm like, what the?
What's your latest evening class, and do you coach it?
6:30 p.m. And no, I do not.
All right, we had a 7:30 that was over at 8:30 with the people who would hang out until 9, and then there was the half hour. Sorry, man.
No, do your fucking thing. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Do your thing.
Sorry, I just start ranting and then I can't stop myself. And then now it's hot in here. I'm sweating. All right,
fucking alpha dog CrossFit's just stepping on my dick everywhere.
Yeah, they're gonna get a whole bunch of freaking influx on their .com page now. I wonder if we can handle it.
You are not safe in the audience. You think that you can just sick Hiller? You can think you can sick Hiller on everyone. You bunch of fucking you guys.
Are you referring to the road challenge?
Yeah, you think he's a gun for hire. You think you could just point him over at Bill and Katie and make him fucking attack. you think he's yours to fucking manipulate.
Then give it back to you, the people.
But this is a brilliant video. Can we look at that? Can you pull at least the homepage of that up? So what happened here is, I guess Rogue has an event that they do every week or every month. I don't know what it's called. Some Rogue challenge thing. And the winner of it gets money. They get money.
Yeah, you know who won last year?
Absolutely.
Take one guess.
Mertens.
One guess. Yeah,
Mertens.
he did.
Yeah.
He did.
That's right. After somebody cheated, though, right? Wasn't there
Yes.
that weird thing?
Yes. So
Well,
so right here in this video, you can see these are all the people calling the Batman. Hey, someone needs a whoop ass. Someone needs an ass whooping. These aren't actual Turkish get-ups. But Mr. Hiller's a critical thinker. He's a critical thinker. Just because he sees a Lamborghini, he doesn't say it's a Lamborghini. He goes and checks under the hood to see if it's a kit car. You know those ones with the Volkswagen engines? When you hear them start up, you're like, that ain't a fucking Lamborghini. Yeah. Have you guys seen that shit? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're like, that's a fucking Volkswagen engine in there. So in this video, basically, people want him to critique the participants and to critique Rogue for their judgment. And Hiller very eloquently explains, hey, this is their fucking contest. And based on the rules they laid out, they followed them to a T.
Did you hear the part of the video where when I first saw it, I was like, oh God, no rep. And now Rogue is also following in the footsteps of the CrossFit Games. And now I got to attack everybody. But then I went to the Rogue website and I was like, oh, wait a minute. It doesn't say anywhere on there that they have to not plant off of their opposite leg. And while it doesn't quite look like a Turkish get-up, actually, I was just having this conversation with somebody about it. They may have even been doing it as a safety precaution, because when I first saw the Turkish Get-Up challenge, I was like, oh no, someone's going to try and do this with 300 pounds and get crushed to death by a 300-pound barbell that they've never tried to do before. But I actually think that because they're not going down, if you really think about it, you probably all know a guy who can get up with the weight somehow by the grace of God.
I know a guy who can get up. He's almost always up.
Is it you?
Yes.
Right now, right? Yeah, I know. I had a feeling. I can just sense it. But anyway, on the way down, that's probably when they'd be most likely to just drop it on themselves. They slip or
that's
something.
What she said.
Who knows what happens. You son of a bitch.
Oh, that was very Batman-esque.
Have you ever seen a Batman movie?
I like the origin one. What's the one where they show him training Christian Bale to become
That's Batman Begins. That one's good,
Yeah,
but I don't think he calls anybody a bitch.
I don't know, but that's the only good one.
Get out of here. You haven't seen the new one then. You've been too busy making podcasts. It's good.
That's true. Every time he drinks a full glass of water. I don't get it. Oh, yes. Thank you, Will. Thank you. That is a listener who listens to the details of the show.
Can someone run a psyche now on 5 a.m.ers? That's good.
I have a love-hate with Craig White.
Why?
Just because of his comments.
Oh.
The one that you're like, Tucker?
Yeah. Oh, Craig. Oh, Craig. Craig, meet me in the DMs. I'm whooping your ass after the show. Meet me in the DMs.
Somebody already said that I should fight with Tommy. That we'll wrestle. How about that? I think that wrestling would be one of the greatest events of the CrossFit Games, along with the 50-meter swim elimination style tournament that I brought up in a couple of videos. And if it happens, I'm the one who said that it should happen. So if it happens, it was my idea. Calling it.
They'll never be wrestling in the games.
Yeah, why?
Because it's not fitness.
Are you out of your mind? You know who the fittest people I know are outside of Hunter McIntyre? They're wrestlers, and then they're CrossFitters.
But I agree.
I'm kidding.
Different show. Okay.
All right. I'm also kidding. CrossFitters are the fittest.
What's up with the Buttery Bro video? I didn't really understand that video. I watched it and maybe I wasn't paying attention, but then I went back and like scrolled through it really slow. I didn't even see you show catcher and snatch. Do you even show?
Yeah, because that every once in a while.
How can you talk about a girl snatch and not show it? That seems like something that
I'm not trying to get
Elite
canceled on
Fitness
the
does.
internet like you are.
Oh,
I don't want to get canceled on the internet like you. I'm not going to do that crap.
Good call.
Yeah, pull up the video. You can see what it looks like. But every once in a while, I'll put up a video. Not that video. Close your giant eyes. I saw what you were doing over there. You were like, oh, pull up the video. But I get really heated about something, and I just start the camera, and I start going. And that one actually didn't need that many cuts because I just talk like this the entire way through because I am so engaged in it. So the Buttery Bros video and the clip art, that one is probably arguably the most clickbait, but it is the thing that got me going. Was I saw it, and I'm like, this is what's wrong with. There's like a 4-part process here where 1, Katrin has to be doing the reps wrong. 2, probably her coach has to be allowing her to do the reps wrong. 3, the Buttery Bros have to videotape and do the videotape and say, okay, this is something that we should put together in our little montage of cool clips that we're doing over in Iceland. And then the next step in the entire process is they need to give it to Katrin to post to her Instagram, if she's even the one who runs her freaking Instagram. But then at that point in time, it's gone through like 5 different steps in order to be posted on the internet for the world to see. Hey, this is the bright and shining light of CrossFit, and look at what's going on here. It's terrible. And I actually think it was on the Buttery Bros channel.
So wait a second. So going back, so the snatch, Katrin's snatch it's a still photo. You never showed the video.
It's a video, but I actually
But you show the clip.
I put it. Do we have it ready? Can we pull it, Caleb? Is that possible?
You showed the part of the clip. It's like where she like the bar comes up and then she like.
How are the Buttery Bros responsible for that? Make that. You're such a logical man. Why do these are artistes? Why would they be responsible? Are you putting a chew in? Why would they be responsible?
No, I'm doing one of these.
Oh
shit!
Oh, high tech. We got it.
Is this how do we fuck?
Yeah, that's good.
It's the second
so
rep, homie.
That's
that
in
one.
the.
Yeah. Did you see that? That was it. Come on.
Yeah, but why are they responsible for that? I see it.
Because they're the one. I mean, they're one step removed from being responsible for it. It'd be like, oh, Sevan, one of your favorite things. It's like if I caught you, like cheating on your wife, and I got it on camera, and then I put it on the internet. It's like both. It's your fault and it's my fault. I guess it's not their fault in this exact example. That's a bad error. This is exactly what I was looking for.
What if they didn't tell her? Do you think that they should have told her, "Hey, girl, that was can you redo those? They're a little shallow."
What I actually think that they put that baiting me. I thought that after I put the video up, I'm like, they got me. They got me going. They did it on purpose. And the whole video isn't the cleanest video I've ever seen. But the worst thing in there was that first snatch by Katrin. There's a whole bunch of weird, not so great looking repetitions by some of the fittest on earth in there.
Wow. How about BKG? How did he do?
Pretty good. He's one of the better. And like Andy in the background, like the bar isn't over her midline.
Hey, careful. She's coming on the show next week. Be cool. Be cool.
Right.
Wait, what do you mean? I
her.
see what you're saying. She's not.
I'm not picking on anybody. I'm not picking on anybody. There's someone over there. It happens to look like someone we all know who isn't getting.
It looks
the
like
bar
one of the
over
greatest
her
CrossFitters who ever lived.
And then I've actually put up something on a story once, and I had someone reach out to me in relation to, you don't know the intent of the workout, and it's like, I understand. I don't know the intent of the workout, but I understand the sport. And in the sport, there's certain things that you're trying to do. And then I've also had people reach out to me, Andrew, I've seen you not doing the best ever. And I go, yeah, but then I also try to make sure that I learn from that exact experience. And if anything, I'm the person now pointing out to these people that I just commented on Saxon Panchik's Instagram video. He put something up and he's not locking out ring muscle ups. And I put a giant blurb up about what I'm trying to do with these people. I'm imagining I was in their position, and if somebody told me I wasn't doing well and I hadn't realized it yet, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you're right. And he actually did that. He was like, okay, yeah, you're right. Thanks, man. But it's a cool video, right? Is what he said.
We're gonna get canceled. You're gonna get us canceled.
That's a cool video.
We're not gonna get any more CrossFit guests on this show.
You're gonna blame me. You're gonna blame me.
We were going to have Annie Thor's daughter on the 25th. Instead, we have Andrew Hiller with a red wig.
Is her hair red? It's not.
It's not red.
It's blonde, bro.
In between my ears, it's red. She's red.
Okay, you're open to your own opinion, man.
You got a thing for him.
Okay. Wow, that's hardcore. That's hardcore. I am going to weigh in and cut the filmmakers some slack, and I don't think that she wants to be rehearsing poor reps.
Okay, you don't think she wants? I agree. She probably doesn't want to be rehearsing bad reps.
Right.
And
maybe she'll send you a box of chocolate for pointing it out to her. Or Yami will hire you as an assistant coach.
I don't want that position. I'm good.
All right, fine. I'll
make a video on it though. Yami offers me a job as assistant coach. He did a good thing on the other day with Morning Chalk Up, where he was talking about the integrity of the sport. It was him and another coach. It was the guy in Florida with the James Sprague and Phil Toon crew. Who's that? Who's the coach? Matt Torres. They were talking on Morning Chalk Up about having trust within CrossFit. They had a pretty good talk on that. I like those guys.
Who? Tommy and Matt Torres?
Matt Torres and Yami.
Oh, Yami, not Tommy.
I think it was him. Yes.
Yeah, Yami's cool as shit. I don't know Matt Torres, but Yami's cool as shit. Smart. You say in that video, it's good that she left Mr. Ben Bergeron. That's just a joke? Or
No.
you think you do think what you think her time was up there?
He said he's better. Ben's better at a life coach than a CrossFit coach. Maybe that's why she left him or something like that.
Dude, he had 2 champions in 1 year. How can you say that? He had 2 champions in 1 year.
And what did the one champion do? Did he stay or did he go somewhere else?
Matt Fraser?
Yes.
He went. I think he went off by himself, right?
I have a perfect example for this, and I love that these just pop into my head, and otherwise I'd just be sitting here like, oh crap, what am I going to say? But I was the head coach, programmer, athlete, bringer inner, and work with all these athletes at CrossFit Alpha Dog, and I would have the team, and the team was very important to me. And there was an athlete her name is Keiko Tanaka. She came to me from somewhere in Chicago, and she wanted to work out with me, and she wanted to do my programming, and she said she wanted to take it very seriously. And I made it abundantly clear to her, and I hope she hears this, sees this, and seconds it, that I didn't want to have anything to do with her progress in the sport. And maybe this is a personal thing, but she then went from, this is back when there were regionals, and she was 110th or so in the region, and then the next year she qualified for regionals. And if you ask her, she says that I have a very large part to do with it, and my program, and working out with me, and my methodology, my mindset training, and all of that. But I didn't want anything to do with it. That wasn't for me to take. It was all about her. She's the one who showed up. She's the one who put the work in. And all I can hear from Ben Bergeron is it's if it weren't for me, Katrin would keep failing rope climbs. And if it weren't for me, she wouldn't have won the games 2 times. And then when Matt Fraser does something like he leaves the year after, it's almost like he's okay, cool. This guy's doesn't have anything more for me. Maybe he picked up on the good things that maybe Katrin also picked up on from Bergeron. And Matt Fraser is a smart individual who then went and learned more elsewhere, picked up on things from Hinshaw, went and picked up on things from Froning. I don't really know because I don't know the guy and I can only speculate, but that's what I see, having been in a position similar to Bergeron with athletes under me as well. And I hope that all made sense.
Basically, what I heard is that he was taking. Oh, sorry. 1 second. Sevan,
I also can't listen to his podcast anymore.
Gary, Gary, you should go elsewhere. You're creeping me out. You're a fucking creepy sexual predator, and you're fucking creeping me out. Gary Big Chalk, go wait for Hiller on his page.
Wait for me to do what?
I don't know.
He just assumed he can't.
Yes, Bruce Wayne says that Bergeron is more proud that Cole got Spirit of the Games that year, and Frazier was really pissed about that. It's aren't you proud about me for winning the games? It's yeah, you would think so.
Oh, wait a second.
But then also don't take credit for this. It's it's not about Bergeron. It should always be about the athletes.
Really? Why? Just because that's the cool thing to do? Why? Why does it always have to? Why can't the coach take credit? Because it's not the cool thing to do?
It depends on how they then go about marketing themselves. And it's possibly a thing that I have with me, but I'm not trying to pop myself up. I don't want to become this big old, oh, look, he got this person to the games because of this or that, or look at how successful his team was over there for doing whatever they were doing. Our best finish, we were 10 points out. Little known fact, we lost to Colton Merton's team in the 2018 regionals. He beat us by 10 points.
That makes me happy. God, that
makes me happy. Him and his team beat our team out by 10 points in the 2018 regionals. And I thought you might like that. But anyway, I don't want to be known as the guy who, I don't want to be known as the guy who was responsible for it, because I think that they all had their own stories, and it was because of their efforts that we ended up where we were, along with being my efforts.
No one wants to be called a racist or a pedophile or a fucking homophobe or any of that shit. No one wants to be called that shit. So if you're gonna fucking hang out in my fucking comments and call me the shit I did sexually creepy, point out what I fucking did.
What'd you do?
Fucking bitch. Nothing. Nothing. I didn't do anything creepy. That guy thinks it's creepy because he's got a fucking demented mind.
I'm sitting here thinking you're yelling at me, and you're okay.
No, you're a good dude.
I was what did I do? It's
he's confused with someone who's chill and relaxed like me. You're confused.
I've watched those behind the scenes so many times. I don't remember it, but of course.
Oh, that just makes people uncomfortable because I just one of my favorite parts is when the guy's massaging the shit out of Brookwell's thigh and ass, and I walk over to him and I go, "Are you married?" I mean, yeah, it's fucking weird and uncomfortable, but it's not creepy. It's supposed to be weird and uncomfortable.
And then he laughs and he's like, no. I mean,
Like
wait, yeah, I am married. Remember? You got
yeah. It's like weird and uncomfortable. Like you accidentally put your underwear on backwards. Or like I put this shirt on today backwards. I'm like, something's not right.
But everyone wants
but it's
to
not
know.
creepy. It's creepy because the story you tell yourself, you douche. Go ahead. Sorry.
I think the reason I've always, so you say you watch all my videos, or you have recently been watching all of them. I think you owe me one, because I think I've seen every single thing you've put out for the past since 2015. And what I always appreciate that you've done is you do that sort of thing, is you ask the questions to these people that they don't usually have asked to them. And I actually made reference to that in a video of mine recently. Like, I don't want to go on a podcast where they ask you the same old stuff, like, hey, what did you eat for breakfast every day of your life? And it's like, did that make you really good at working out and podcasting or YouTubing? Like, I don't care to do that. And it's something I think you do very well.
Thank you.
And these people maybe don't understand, or maybe they need to be reminded that when you ask questions like that, it's important.
And you weren't afraid to go and just get the camera in someone's face when there was an uncomfortable moment. I'll never forget when Josh Bridges didn't make the games, but he was like right there on the cusp at that region, and you like caught it. Still to this day, my fiance Grace, she won't watch that part because she gets like emotional about it. Just like, I can't see him not go. I was like, this is
I almost got punched
ago.
in the face. I almost got punched in the face.
And that type of stuff is like, it's so intimate, and the audience doesn't realize like what that's like to get that shot and to go in there and to be able to do that. They only just absorb it as a story. That's what makes it so good. I figured while we were just sucking you off a little bit, I might as well hop in there.
Susan knows that feeling.
Yeah, we got to do that every once in a while. He does a lot of work. He deserves a little, a little something.
A little rub and tug. Have late to the party. Have they talked Tommy and Shawnee's accusations about Greg and Sevan?
It looks like you just queued it up.
No, what are you talking about? What accusations? What are you talking about?
Segue.
Please tell me what accusations you're talking about. How I'm excited for that. Hey, all of that shit I've talked about ad nauseum before, but we'll touch
Cliff
on
notes.
it again. But there was a whole, we'll do the cliff. There's a whole. I don't have a really. I'll answer and I'll talk to you guys about it and spell it out as fast as I can with Hiller's help. But this was all old news. I've talked about this ad nauseum. It's I kind of feel bad for them that it's come up again. Because it doesn't bode well for them. I'm sure it cannot be fun getting 400 negative comments. And also, just on a side note, I'm pretty sure that when Greg parted ways with CrossFit, there was a very clear piece in the contract that Greg was not allowed to say anything defamatory, negative about CrossFit Inc. And CrossFit Inc. in hand wasn't allowed to or have any employees or contractors who would say anything negative about Greg. And so therefore I'm not interested. I'm concerned for a little bit for Tommy and Shawnee's well-being. I don't wish upon them what happened to me being rich as fuck and making bank and making all the greatest media in the world and then getting fired because some asshole fucking spread lies about me. I don't wish that upon them. Although they don't have 3 kids, so it wouldn't be as bad for them. And 4 houses, 2 cars.
I think one of them's got look at all the stuff you've got.
And crazy Versace shirts in a bag of Steve's beef jerky. Okay, KKKK. Back to so in this video, can we bring up the video of the 5 best finishes? This is kind of a fascinating video, and there's some irony about this. First of all, I really like your blue sweater. That is like a pretty sexy baller buff guy thing to do, to wear the blues, and you're not wearing a t-shirt underneath it, right? Like you don't give a fuck.
Why would you do that? What a waste of a shirt.
You're so Miami. And
is that right?
Little V-neck with no shirt on.
No V-neck. No V-neck.
Blue. You're wearing a blue sweater, and you talk about it's the 5 best finishes. Caleb, could we see just for sake of just not looking at us anymore, pull up that video. 5 best finishes. And you bring up a really good point here. The list is really fun. They do an amazing job at it. Your list is really fun. They do an amazing job. The 2 things that I really jumped out at me is I think that the reason the Josh Bridges video doing the sled pull is so cool is not because it's a close finish necessarily, but because of his celebration. That is some iconic shit that made Josh so famous and loved in the community. Not only his performance, but his celebration that he would share when he would win. This is the part that Hiller said that I think is brilliant, and the irony was not missed on me. Hiller's trying to understand as he watches this video what the criteria is for making these the 5 best finishes in CrossFit. Is that the word they use, best? What do they call them? What's the title of the video?
Closest finishes CrossFit. I can pull it up or 1 second. Give me 2 seconds.
Can we find out the name of this video, the exact name, Caleb? 5 close.
Guess, yeah,
just
Caleb,
close. 5 close finishes at the game. So not the closest, but Hiller's trying to understand the criteria for the judgment. Is there some empirical data? So he lays them out by the distance between the 2 people who finished measured in time, in seconds. And he quickly realizes that he can't figure out what the objective element is to ranking these 1 through 5. The irony is this. We don't even know how the fuck they're judging the open workouts, the semifinal workouts. We don't know how anyone gets to the semifinals. We don't know why anyone goes to what region they're in. Like, this isn't just like, I mean, for this video, I would let it look loose. I'd be like, hey, Hiller, chill out. But like, it's a systemic problem over the fucking entire fucking company. We don't know why the fuck anything's happening.
My favorite thing is that it says top 5 close finishes, right? Top 5 close finishes. And you've already said it, like, what are they defining as like top? Is it actually the top 5 closest finishes? Because what I tried to get across was there were other finishes that were closer at the CrossFit Games. Mm-hmm. It just becomes abstract. And I guess it's okay to be abstract, but if you're going to be abstract, like what sort of, I say the word and someone in the comment section goes, you use the word sentimental too much. And it goes, well, that's clearly what they're trying to do by bringing up the Spieler finish at the 2009 games, because it's an older finish. All of a sudden it gets like a higher ranking than something like the Fraser Fikowski finish in Strongman Sphere in 2017, where Fraser dives across the line. He has like a 200-point lead at that point, and he's diving across the line to get more points for whatever reason. But that's a closer finish than the Spieler one. So how in God's name is the Spieler finish higher? And it's only because
because I was there. I was there. I probably filmed that, by the way.
So you filmed that.
So so they should have titled it the top 5 finishes filmed by Sevan.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like, how did they miss the sprint? Like, that's the biggest one. So before I did all of like the research that I don't do, before that happened, top of my head, they missed the sprint, where they're the sprint where like, what can't this guy do? The call by Sean, where he's like, what can't this guy do? And he beats Ben Smith in the final heat. He doesn't win the event, but that's one of the closest finishes ever. And it also holds a rather high amount of sentimental value, basically because of the call.
Who won that event? Sorry, who won that?
He
just won that
Marcus
heat?
Philly? I don't think it was Marcus Philly. I think he was in that. It was I think he's a Masters now.
Brian would know. Don't worry. I'll ask Brian next week when he comes on the show. Don't worry.
I am the worst. But anyway, yeah.
You're the judge and executioner. You're not the statistician.
Oh, here we go.
So yeah, Brian serves him up.
Oh, Roy Gamboa. Oh, and that's Brian's butt buddy. Brian would have totally known that. Brian's a huge Roy Gamboa fan. He is.
But wait, was I correct? Is Roy a Masters athlete this year? I think it's his first year of eligibility. Right. So I think I was on to that.
Yeah.
All right, cool. At least I
like this
right.
guess. I like the guess, Dan Bailey. That's a good guess. I just told you. Jesus.
Thank you. Told me what?
Okay, sorry. Go on. What were you saying? So
the biggest issue with that video was that I don't know who makes the videos. I don't know who puts out the things on CrossFit Instagram page, but it's just the theme of it all is that it doesn't seem to be aligning with somebody who knows what they're talking about on that side of this. The big thing I think I've heard you say before is that there's somebody who works for Waze and they don't understand how CrossFit's supposed to operate. They understand how the tracking software of Waze is supposed to work.
She's quitting.
All right. Maybe whoever does the entire Instagram, YouTube page is going to get a level up then too, because they need to, because they just like the person who's it's the Griffin Raleigh example. So when CrossFit Thor is so it only took him 2 lifts to be able to lift this much weight on the first clean of the quarterfinals workout. And it's like, well, what about the warm up, the way that you're framing that for somebody who isn't as educated as the entire community is going to get an entirely wrong picture of this. This could be their only picture of CrossFit right here, right now. And it's like, oh, wow, they're really freaking strong because it only took them 2 lifts to lift 418 pounds, and maybe it's 413 pounds. But it's just the framing of these things is so messed up. Just like the top 5 finishes at the CrossFit Games that they say. They're not the top 5. and what.
Well, they say close. They just say close.
No,
the
I
just
just
close.
pulled it up. I just pulled it up. It's titled
Caleb just
top
pulled it
five
up.
top 5 close finishes at the CrossFit Games. Top 5 close finishes.
Caleb responding to cross. That's your title.
Yes, that's my title.
Caleb, pull up the real video. I don't trust Dennis Miller.
I don't talk unless I'm 99%. Who is Dennis Miller? Get out of here with the Dennis Miller.
He's a comedian.
Yeah, the top 5 finishes.
But what do you think? Okay, let's talk about something subjective then. What do you think about do you love Bridges' celebration? Do you agree with me that like, hey, like if you are going to be subjective about it, that's like just the shit, the best.
Where did Bridges finish 4th that year in 2014? And if
I don't know I don't know any of that stuff. I just know he has a nice body. He looks good in red shorts, and he's fucking short.
Top 5 close finishes. Top 5 close finishes. Yeah.
And he's tan too. He's got nice skin.
Oh wait, they ask, "What's your number 1?" So maybe they were looking for advice, and I gave them advice.
Oh, scoot down. Sorry, let me see. What's the title again? Sorry, I wasn't even looking. I was top 5. Dude, Hiller.
Are you reading the comments?
That's the title. Top 5 close finishes. Top 5 close.
It sounds pretty definite to me, doesn't it?
No, closest. It would be closest finishes, not just top 5 close.
Okay, so why don't they include strongman sphere, and why don't they include the sprint?
Because I don't know. But anyway, you did a good job with that video. That's a great video. That's a fun video. Hey, that's the kind of shit that's why they should bring you inside the fence. I mean, that kind of shit's good.
Thanks.
Like that's the kind of shit.
If I were them, I'd say, hey, here's I'd ask him to double my current salary, and I'd do it for him. I'd put my name on the CrossFit Games page. I wouldn't listen to him very much because that's part of my thing. But
I forgot.
Maybe you would allow me to do this full time, so I can make 2 videos a day.
No, you need to stay. You need to stay in shape, or else you'll start wearing your shirt like me. Caleb,
You're right.
Will you pull up that video of Gillian Michaels getting Turkish Get-Up? I want to show Hiller. Hiller, do you have a good? Are you on a computer?
I'm on a computer.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Because if you're on a phone, you might not be able to see this good. Look, I don't know who this guy is, but look at him doing this Turkish Get-Up with Gillian Michaels. Jillian Michael, whatever the fuck she is. Look at.
It's looking good.
Oh my God, her legs are skinny.
That's rude.
She needs to do CrossFit. Holy cow, she's skinny. Okay. Come on. Get up. Get it. Get some. Okay.
Yeah, this is why you need to crop things out, man.
Because my show's 90 minutes and yours shows 12 minutes. So we gotta look at.
Oh, nice.
What is her leg doing?
Counterbalancing.
Wow. Okay. And Caleb, can you now bring up the video of Max Mormont back in the day doing it with the amazing Sevan Matosian? She's never done CrossFit.
Was that your circus name?
Yeah.
The amazing.
The flea. Look at this.
That's not you.
Look at those tucked legs.
Look at that.
That's not you.
Oh, that's him.
Look at the nose. Look at the nose.
Why doesn't your face move? Your face is dead stone solid.
Because he's in character.
I'm in the zone. Those are Lululemon pants I'm wearing.
All right, Sevan, we need you to act like a dumbbell. Okay.
How much better do I do that than how much better do I do that? Tell me how great I am for that.
Oh,
Sevan looks more tired than Max.
That's what you look like without all that shit on your face?
What did you say?
That's what you look like? Oh, look at you. You look completely different. That's not you. How old are you there? Is this last year? You grew all that 1 year?
Yeah, that's 6 months ago. Look at that fucking shirt I'm wearing.
See, did you get that from Target?
No, but that probably is from the kids department, like at Big Five or something. Because that's where I would get all my shirts. Like,
do you think you weigh more or less than Jillian Michaels in this video?
I probably weigh like 157 there, 155, 157 there.
Oh, so that Turkish Get-Up would put that guy. What did you say that guy's name was? Gary?
Max Mormont. He's known in the CrossFit community. He's a hoss.
I wonder what he could do with a barbell, because that would have put him in the top 10, I believe, at Rogue this year.
Yes, he can do crazy shit with the barbell. Crazy. He's a savage.
Anyway, you're a pretty taut ball right there. You look rather bound up you're do a great impersonation of a dumbbell.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
That's what I was kind of looking for. That's what I was looking for, a compliment.
Would you venture to say that Jillian Michaels wouldn't have been able to be a Turkish Get-Up by the individual who Turkish Get-Up you because she wasn't a dumbbell?
No, he would have ragdolled her. He would have ragged. She's
but she was all she was all over the place though.
Yeah, she's horrible. But I bet you she weighs like 90 pounds. But she was all over the place. Hey, that's the kind of shit to get your arm broken.
You would know.
Turkish Get-Up.
Actually, I would know.
Have you ever done that with someone?
I've overhead squatted a female before, and it's not easy.
And you carried one around a room for 40 minutes.
It was for a picture. 40 minutes.
I knew it was for a picture.
It was for a picture. You got me. Yeah, I tried to whisper that while also still giving you the answer you wanted.
Got him.
You sold 1,000 no rep shirts just like right off the bat.
It was 700. It was 500, and then we opened it up, and it was another 200 in 2 hours. And then on the second run, I believe it was 636 in 48 hours.
So tell me those. So that's over 1,000.
It's 700 plus 636, so 1436, 1346.
1336.
Yeah,
wow, crazy.
Awesome.
Crazy.
They're nice too. Like they're incredibly nice. He did a great job on them. I got one heading your way. You got to wear it. I couldn't believe it when you told me you were a large. What time?
I'm looking at my notes here. Okay. So going back to the closest finish videos, you talk about Koski and Guy being close in 2021. But another one that you bring up that was driving me crazy was when Travis Mayer and Scott Panchik were having that fucking neck and neck, and you
did I put that video in there, or did I not do it?
I don't remember if you put the video in there, but when you watched it live, you couldn't see it. And I don't think that that's Chase and Tommy's fault or Chase and Sean's fault or whoever was doing the commentating, because they're watching the TV sets. But that was the greatest probably moment in the games up until that point. And
You're kidding.
No, not kidding at all.
All right, I got it. Cool.
And I love those two guys, and they deserve attention. They're fucking OGs. But to not show them warring, what was that? Like event 7? What event was that?
That was the final event of the games.
Oh, was the final? Okay, yeah. Okay. How the fuck did they not show those guys neck and neck? I mean,
because they were too busy showing Medeiros and his family hugging in the crowd.
Right, which I'm okay with, but especially Medeiros' family. I love his family, but
they're very nice. They're very cool. You can't blame. It's not his fault they were showing him hugging his family.
Right. Don't blame Medeiros. Here's the thing. It's a competition. If you don't show them competing, then it's not a competition. It's just watching people exercise.
Perfect.
And it's a fucking tragedy that whoever's directing the games. And you know what? I think it's always been pretty shitty, to be honest.
Yeah, they've always kind of missed the mark sometimes. There'd be some pretty cool like background stories, and they'd be showing the winner walking around like wiping their face off the shirt. Yeah. And you were like, what? Yona
and Guy. Yeah, you don't see them. You see at the top. I tried to make that pretty clear. I don't think I did a good job, but you can see the finish, and in the top, you can see that they're finishing, but you don't see it, and it actually meant something. It would have flipped their positions on the leaderboard, and look how close to the finish that is. That's really close, and I have it right there. It's in yellow, which I think was pretty stupid on my part. You can barely see it.
Craig White says Medeiros is just a dude you can't not like. What if I told you his favorite activity is going to Disneyland and wearing his Joe Biden shirt? Okay.
That's fake news. You can't say that and be legitimate.
All right, I understand.
You're spreading hate.
There's two things I have on my list here before we get to the last two videos here. I wanted to talk about but I guess I'll push it. Are we doing a live call-in show either tomorrow or Sunday, right, Matt?
Yeah.
Okay. So I won't. The CTO at CrossFit quit, Jeremy Landis. I won't. I'll bring that up again. And there's a really funny story about how one of the country managers used the CrossFit email list to promote his own event and sent out the emails to all the people in his region. It's kind of mind-boggling that someone got away with that or that tried that shit. And then they had to send out a second email saying, I know, Hiller, it's right. This story is right up your alley. You would love this story. Remind me to tell you.
Yeah, I haven't seen this. Oh,
yeah.
geez.
You're an affiliate. Did you get the emails, Matt?
Yes.
Okay. So okay, great. So I'll talk about both of those things.
Can you pull that up?
Not right now.
Okay.
Let's save those two things
Sevan is
because
with
this
us.
is a good game. This is a good review of Hiller, and I don't want to. Okay.
Craig Howard.
So here's the thing. Tommy and Shawnee have a Patreon channel that everyone should subscribe to, and over there they have premium content, and they release some premium content. And I guess the way Patreon works, I used to have it, I kind of forgotten that this is how it works, but you post stuff to YouTube and then you give people links to it on YouTube. So YouTube still hosts the videos, and they're not private videos, but it's a link that's that
Unlisted.
only if someone gives it to you, you can see. Yeah, it's called unlisted. Thank you. And so they had a video on there, and it was an hour long, and it's there's no way for me to say anything about the video without being just really rude. It's I guess it's ambiguous. There's a lot of insinuation. It's mean. And I don't know why they made it. It's basically rehashing a bunch of stuff that we've already been through before. And when you're ambiguous about things, it's really, really not kind to do. I mean, it absolutely shows no integrity on those parts. But it would be like if I said, it would be like if I just started telling you that I saw Jacob Hepner at a whorehouse, which I did when I interviewed him. He was at
we did.
Yeah, when I interviewed him, he was in front of a strip club. That's true.
Shut
And
up.
why was he?
Wi-Fi in Kansas?
But I didn't tell you that he was there because that was the only place that had Wi-Fi.
Yes.
And so but if it could even be more than, it could even be more like if I said, "Oh man, I can't believe what I saw, what your ex-girlfriend told me about you, Hiller. Holy shit, I just can't believe it." And then I got off the air. And then I left it up to you, the audience, to make up why. Basically the entire video is that kind of shit. And it's basically planting seeds of it's all the shit that the woke culture does. It's just 100% woke cancel culture shit.
Alexis.
Sevan Travis would do better with your t-shirt ordering and shipping. Oh, thank you. So
he did a really good job. I got to make sure you know that he did great. It was out there like this. He was doing the whole all-nighter thing and just like popping shirts out, you know.
Oh,
he had his family working on him and stuff. Yeah, he was awesome.
His kid, he has like his 2 6-year-old kids crying and stuffing shirts into envelope.
I want to say that they're a little older, and I think they're high school age. He sent me a picture. He had the whole team working on him. Anyway, keep going. I just want to go further. We just start back with a little bit of history real quick on what happened. So I used to work at CrossFit Inc. I was in charge of all the media, and I've been there longer than any media person there, and except for Tony Budding, the guy who started the media department. And a couple of years ago, I was fired. And when I was fired, or around when I was fired, Shawnee and Tommy made a video, and in that video, they're ripping on Dave Castro, and then they take a little section to rip on me. And Tommy and Shawnee both equally rip on me. They basically say that when I was doing the CrossFit podcast, if I recall correctly, I'm trying to recall, when I was doing the CrossFit podcast, they wish that they would have spoken up and said that podcast was inappropriate and made them uncomfortable, and they wish they would have taken a stand against it. They were like Gary, I guess. They have creepy thoughts in their mind, and they try to project them onto me.
Oh, Gary.
And I had no idea. I had never had any. Tommy and I we didn't click at work. Like when we saw each other, it was always weird. Like we didn't engage each other. We couldn't have a normal conversation like this. He was always there was something. Personalities didn't. But Sean and I got along perfectly, 100%. There wasn't a deep conversation. We didn't party together, but it was all smiles and handshakes and love and whatever. So, but there was never any beef between Tommy and I. So basically, after I get fired, they make this video and they point out how they wish to, and there was no reason to bring me into it. I had already been fired or already been fucking castrated. They know that I have 3 kids. They know that I'm down and out. They know that they're the new in cool kids. And they went out of their way to make a video that mashed me. Okay, cool. When they made that video, someone pointed out that when Sean was on the CrossFit podcast and he came in there, In the first 16 seconds, he says this is the highlight of his day, and he always dreamed about coming on the podcast. And then they've been, yeah, thank you.
Oh,
Here it
this
is.
is
Here,
it. I've been looking for this. Okay.
Yes. Play the first one. Can you play the first 30 seconds of this? Damn, you're good, Caleb.
That was good.
Did you say that this is the highlight of something?
It's the highlight of my week being in here. I'm not lying. Like, this is awesome.
Oh, cool.
This is really cool.
We're honored to have you.
Yeah, because I always walk by here and it's like there's always so much fun happening. There's like balloons and
a lot of laughter,
strippers and fun shit going
confetti
on.
and glitter.
Like, yeah.
We were actually talking about that, about how much fun we have over here, and like as you go that way in the building, and shit just gets more and more serious until people are shitting diamonds.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, here people have
So that's it. So, and then people start writing in the comments on Tommy and Shawnee's video, like, hey, you may like or not like Sevan, but one thing he's not is insincere or a fucking liar. And to be honest with you, I'm not trying to defend Sean, but I think Sean really meant that. I don't think he's blowing smoke up my ass. I don't think he was playing politics. I think he really did think it was fun there. We had a lot of fun there.
And
yeah.
you looked great. You look completely different now. Not that you don't look great now, but you just look like next level. You gotta put on the sweater vest and shave the beard and everything.
All the accusations make CFHQ sound like a pervy environment. And like, just, that's the kind of like, these are the kind of fucking knuckleheads, 23 Stokesy that are lured in by that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? And when this happened, this was at the peak of Matt Lauer bending that chick over and fucking her on his office desk and locking the door, and Harvey Weinstein. And this was at the top of all of that. And yet there's all these ambiguous accusations being made. Well, just say it. What did I do? Ask fucking Kara Hipskin, who was in the fucking room with me. Ask any of the girls who I work with. Did I like...
Didn't you say they can't say that?
Anyone can say whatever they want now.
Apparently.
I thought you said
about me. You can say it about me. Can't say it about yeah. So these guys won. They got me out. You win. I'm fucking tripping over here. I got fucking a mortgage to pay and I got kids. You guys won. And yet they fucking have to make this video. So I addressed this video and I fucking mash them, and fucking just like now, all fucking hell breaks loose and everyone fucking comes out of the woodwork and talks about how much they hate Tommy and Shawnee.
That was never my intention, by the way.
Sure.
Just getting that across.
Sure.
It's never my intention. It's just like, hey, who attacked, who said something about who first, right? And I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No, go. And that's the irony too, because Shawnee at the end and Tommy try to play this thing that Sean's holier than thou, and he stays above all of this stuff. That motherfucker started it. Those guys fucking started it. Leave me alone. I'm a fucking injured fucking cat in the corner with 3 legs and a huge cock. Leave me alone. Nice. So they did that, and okay, fine. And sorry. And I just licked my wounds for a year, and then I started this podcast, and things have just been chugging along, and I've had fun like fighting with them, and just like Hiller and I went through a little bit of a courtship where we poked each other, and I'm not interested in fucking like you guys ever feeling what I felt. I'm not interested in that. But you have to stop. There's no excuse. I don't want to see you guys doing that shit on your fucking private account either. Like, don't tell me it's private. Like, everyone knows all of that shit gets shared. It's like if I came home and Caleb was shagging my wife, they couldn't look at me and be like, they couldn't look at me and be like, you said you were going to be gone for 3 weeks. No, that's not an excuse. Don't tell me that shit was private.
This is your fault. You came home.
Yeah, it's my fault that you guys are talking shit. So then,
where the hell do you come up with this stuff?
It's, Caleb texted me all the good. I have the book of analogies and metaphors and similes. So
that's wild.
Subscribe to the newsletter if you want it.
No, why am I living rent free in your head? So no one believes you that I'm not media or that Hiller's not media. Everyone knows that it was fantastic what he said in the video. He made 92 videos in 73 days, I think was the number.
93 and 7, yeah, 93.
and that we don't do research. I've made 400 or 500 videos in 1 year. You've made 273, if I looked correctly, and I'm giving you guys a lot of credit in the last 3 years on Talking Elite Fitness. And I don't think I've ever spent less than 2 hours preparing for any podcast on average. What does my wife think? Is my wife just wants me to be nice. She wants me to lead. She doesn't want me ever to say Tommy and Shawnee's name. She would prefer, like, if she just wants me to interview like Elon Musk and get on with my business.
Alexis says I don't even want to be media. Yeah, I don't even want to be media.
Yeah, I don't want to be media either. Like,
we don't want to be media.
So
it entails like a whole bunch of processes, and then all of a sudden I can't put up videos whenever I want to put videos up. I don't want to be media. I'll just say get things as I get them, and have everyone call me not media.
I am concerned. I know that Tommy is doing that Whoop challenge with the Buttery Bros and Morning Chalk Up. There's an Instagram link I sent you, Caleb. I am concerned that maybe he's going to.
Are you doing the Whoop challenge with him?
I would like to see.
It's over here. It's doing its job.
I would like to see Tommy's sleep score over the next couple days. How it's been doing. I guess it's unfair. Hey, just so you know, Tommy, the Buttery Bros and Morning Chalk Up, and who's the other one? Mayhem Athlete. They actually told us to do this so to give them an unfair advantage to beat you.
You gotta beat him in the Whoop sleep score challenge.
Big money on that.
They said it sucked. Sevan's a baby who used to not do any work, who's just upset because he lost his $500,000 a year cush job. So part of that is true.
I'd be upset.
It was significantly more. It was significantly more than $500K, and I'm upset. And everyone knows that I never had a cush job. And for whatever it's worth, I would put up any 1 year of my work against your entire life of work. And I mean that in the last 15 years, you want to, it's my body work. You're complete.
How do you watch
that.
Pulling John? By the way, you always talk about that thing, Pulling John. How do I get a copy of that?
It's on Netflix, isn't it? It used to be on Netflix.
I think it's
all right. I'll go look at Netflix. I want to see what you're all about.
You should watch Our House.
Our House. Did he make that too?
I did.
That's on
okay.
YouTube.
And then the other one is
crazy.
like the one about how the 5-year courtship thing on your wife. How do you find that one?
No, that one. You can't see that one yet.
What?
It's unlisted.
So basically, then what ends up happening? So then what ends up happening is you've rehashed all this stuff with me, and I don't want to do it. Please leave me alone. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to. I just want to like have fun. Like if you want to make like your mom jokes about me, or you want to talk about how I'm short, or that I lie about the numbers, that Rich Froning isn't the best. It's really Matt Fraser. Someone needs to stop saying that. Or if you want to make fun of me because my shirt says.
What does it say? Spice?
Dick Butter?
It does say CEO. Oh, it's over. It's a little off center.
That's
Look
cool.
at those.
Yeah,
lats.
it's supposed to be. It's supposed to. Thank you.
Look
That's
at
what
the
I was
strict
going
muscle
for.
ups, pumping your lats out.
Like if you please, can you guys just do that?
Pulling John, Amazon Prime, $3 done.
But I am Hiller did make these 2 videos. I think that they're very, very fair. I think that a lot of the stuff you guys said just off the cuff was didn't make any sense. Like on one hand, Sean is saying that people only got called on once, but he actually got called on twice. And then there's like 20 of those things. But
here's the thing is we would have known more had we had been there, right? I mean, I was there. I've admitted that I was there, but I also
I tried to get in there. I couldn't. I tried so hard. Yeah, I just couldn't. I'm not computer savvy.
Somebody was like, Batman would understand how to use the technology involved to raise his hand. And it's like, well, one, I wasn't going to make it obvious that I was there because I wasn't invited. I wasn't supposed to be there. So if I raised my hand, I thought it would have pulled attention to me. And I didn't see the fucking button. Like, what is the raise hand button? Batman would figure it out. Yeah, he's the world's greatest spy.
I don't even think.
I'll figure it out.
You don't even have to explain that. Like you snuck in the room to listen, like any good media person would do, and it doesn't even matter. Well, there's the irony again.
Matter.
He says that the reason he didn't make a comment was because he was waiting for other people to ask the hard questions. I mean, yeah, let's say that was true. He can't possibly.
What's the hardest question you would have asked? I would have asked why Whoop left. What's up with Whoop? Where are they going?
Yeah,
that's what I would have asked, just like that. And then I would ask Mel why she blocked me, and then that's why they didn't let me in.
Well, they're never gonna let you in now that you've done this show.
Oh, I want to be media.
Congratulations, Manny. Congratulations. The thing is this:
Ecuador.
It doesn't matter. I actually that guy when I was in Newport, I had a beer with that guy. That guy came down to the beach house and we hung. He was a cool cat, and I met his son. Yeah,
in Newport.
And dang, Caleb has spoken. I don't think that there's too much more to say about that. I could go through and just nitpick everything they did and just tell you like how each thing is wrong. From the comments, I think that everyone else has been putting it together already, and you can see that there's just everything that they say. Then their behavior shows the opposite, or they say one thing and they do the opposite thing, and the whole joke about media. I mean, it's almost too easy to say anything.
Here's the thing. I don't want to freaking be media. That's the thing. Like if this is what it takes, that's not what I want. I like my little YouTube channel. I like my little garage. I like people say I can't keep up with the inbox and the Instagram. I like that thing. I'm sure you like doing what you're doing, sitting where you're sitting. And like, if you gotta, go through all these hoops and shit to post things on the internet, that's no fun. You say you're having fun, right? Like, just let us have fun.
I am just having fun, and I'm not just in the CrossFit space, and you guys just are in the CrossFit space, and I'm not trying to step on your toes at all, and I appreciate the work you guys do, but if you guys say dumb shit and you direct it at me, then I might say some dumb shit back. And I really enjoy the fact that Hiller is calling everyone out on the stuff, and I really did enjoy those videos, and I think that the two of you, Tommy and Shawnee, should take a lot of that stuff to heart, the comments, and try reworking your shit. The George Floyd era of CrossFit is over. The rebellion has begun. People are becoming more and more brave.
That's why I made the 300 clip for the commercial for this show.
Yeah. It is people aren't going to, the politically correct days are over. It's now about the truth, and you guys can tell the truth. By no means is anyone here saying that this is the only truth. I'm open to being wrong. Totally open to being wrong. I think anyone who watches my show knows that.
I put the thing on Saxon Panchik today, and that's all I ever want from anybody is to at least admit that there was something wrong, right? So he's like, yep, I know that my elbows weren't locking out, but at least the video was pretty cool. That was his response. And then, of course, I go hard, and I just had this paragraph of an essay under it. But that's all I want. So when I put up the type of stuff about Tommy and Sean, I absolutely don't want to throw them under the bus. And they come up to the garage door and they're banging on it and they leave dents in it. I'm going to come out and be like, what the hell? You left dents in my garage door, guys. And I'm yelling at them. So this is essentially me responding to the dents in my garage door. And now everyone else is just looking at the garage door and they're like, what the hell? You dented his garage door. Why did you do that? But I want them to then, Tommy and Sean, who put the dents in my garage door, I would like for them to say, okay, yeah, we can see we left these dents in your garage door. Sorry about that. That's kind of your analogy type thing. How does that work? Is that good?
I did like it.
I want them to learn from I want them to go through the comment section and be like, okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. All right. And yeah, sure. I would say some of them are stupid aggressive, but that's just the way of the world. Some comments are more aggressive than others, but if like you said, they're all pointing one direction, there's got to be some sort of truth in there, right? Like, where are the ones in the other direction? I haven't read any. And I asked, I go, guys, I need you to tell me if I'm off base here. I think I've said it in the pinned comments on the first video and also in the description down there. I'm like, guys, I understand this could be a little bit hot takey. Tell me I'm wrong. And then
for what
video? That the 12,000 people, first video, part one.
I think the only negative comment I saw towards you was, damn, Hiller, you're funny. That fluffer comment was a little heavy-handed, but I laughed my ass off. I think that's the hardest thing I saw.
Yeah, that was even aggressive for me. You know what's funny? You said at one point that I was too aggressive to be on your show, and I think I've heard you say 3 times on this show alone that I'm a little bit too passive.
You are too. I thought you were so nice in those videos. I was like, holy shit, he's being so nice. I thought you were very nice.
I mean, they're small dents. The dents in the garage door are massive, and the banging wasn't that loud. So I was trying to, I didn't want to take out the shotgun.
Has anyone reached out to you since you made those videos? Have Tommy or Sean reached out to you?
I've spoken with Tommy.
Okay, I knew that. I was just trying to act cool. Okay.
Yeah, I've spoken.
And is it anything you can talk about, or would that be uncool?
I don't want to say too much about it, but is that part of my thing? I should be saying everything. What I
no, I don't think so. That's not part of your thing. I would advise you not to. I think the thing is like man to man, like you wouldn't say shit. But if you want to, I'd be more than happy to let the numbers skyrocket.
No, I'm not trying. Sure, I guess that's my thing. I want as many viewers, as much clout as possible. I make that pretty abundantly clear. But what I can tell you from what him and I were talking about is he was telling me his side of it. I was telling him my side of it. It was behind the wall, which was the unlisted wall. And all I can think in that scenario is I've always had this thing, right? So you have a certain audience. How big is it? And if you go to a concert, I'll be sitting in a concert and I went to a Billie Eilish concert recently, United Center. It holds like 40, 50,000 people. I look around and I go, she's talking to 50,000 people all at once. And I'm like, this is super cool. So when I think you probably have this many, including your podcast, you're talking to this many people all at once. You say something, they all hear it immediately when it's live like this.
Oh, you're freaking me out. Don't do that.
Yeah, that's why you get canceled, dude, so easily. But anyway, it works all the way down too. And I remember if you're in a grade school or a high school, you're giving your high school commencement speech, and let's say you slip or you say something, and then all of a sudden 300 people are going to hear it. And in the present day and age, somebody in the audience can record it, and it can go all the way around. And if 300 people hear it, and you're in the other side of the world, and you catch something, you want to make a piece on it because it's about you, then that's the analogy that I like to pull right there. And let's say it costs you $5-10 to go to the commencement speech, and that's kind of the route that I look at it. And that's one of the bigger. I was trying to say that, I'm like, dude, you're saying some stuff about some people, including myself, mostly about myself, and I should unfuck something right here where they say in the beginning that they weren't talking about me. They didn't know I was in the press conference. So why don't you say who you know is in the press conference?
Oh, like,
the ambiguity of the entire thing is the issue here. Like, I think that if you were to ask me something right now, I would either say I'm not going to talk about it, or like I think you've asked me things. It's like, hey, where'd you get that information? I'm like, I don't want to tell you, and because I don't. Or I'll tell you exactly. I'm not going to say, well, you know this person, them, they're really close to you. I don't think it's kind of fucked up because now everyone knows exactly who I'm talking about. Let's say I started describing Greg Glassman. Everyone knows exactly. He was the owner of CrossFit for 5 years. It's like, all right, well, who's that?
I want to jump in here real quick. Tommy says in the video, there were a lot of people in there that didn't speak up that should have spoke up. He says something like that because they talk shit behind, they talk shit like on their shows, on their podcasts, and their write-ups, and now they're at the press conference and they didn't speak up, and there were a lot of people there who did that. Well, I immediately thought he was talking about Brian Friend. Because I listened to the press conference afterwards, recording of it, and I thought, oh shit, he's talking about Brian Friend, because Brian Friend, I wouldn't say he talks shit, but he has some analysis of what happened, and then but he was talking about a lot
about me.
Yeah, exactly.
Some other
but
people
he says,
actually think they were talking about them. You don't know who they're talking about.
Right. He says that he's talking. There were a lot of people, so it's all of you. But here's the thing, and I want to piggyback on what you said.
Bruce.
When you're ambiguous, he's opened the door. Like, his excuse doesn't even matter anymore. I wasn't talking to you. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you either don't say anything, or take the ramifications of being ambiguous. It's just like that thing that he keeps saying. If Greg's going to be persona non grata, if that comes out with so some journalist tricks you into trying to get you to talk by making up some bullshit to you. The articles were never published, but you know what they told you, and it's going to be bad for me and Greg and whoever.
They would have.
I would just say I don't want to talk about it.
It's so slimy. It's so slimy. I would hopefully never do that to someone unless I fucking hated their fucking guts, like wanted to like bad shit to happen to them. And let me tell you, Tommy, if you ever think that I've ever done anything bad to you, then you've never had anything bad happen in your life. Like Uncle Buck never got you. You don't got any kids that you're worried about. You got nothing in your life. But I'm a dude who's already fucking been fired from that fucking position, and you're still slinging shit at me. Like it's oh, and you're threatening. What did he say? He wants to do WrestleMania with me. He wants to something 3D me into a glass table. Is that journalism?
I thought that was
that was who said that?
I think Tommy may have said that at the end of it, and I just
3D
feel like,
me.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. I like it though. I mean, there was I like the funny stuff. That's actually like, but you're not 3Ding anyone anywhere.
I don't understand.
You don't even 1D. I don't understand either. It's just funny.
You don't even have 1D.
I don't even have 1D. I just got one big D.
Yeah, you know what I meant. All right.
So I think that they know. I mean, all they can do now. They have three choices according to Tyler Watkins' understanding of Jocko Willink.
All right.
They can go back and review the video. They can erase their minds of it. Number 2, just forget it ever happened. Or 3, they can learn from this.
That's what I want.
They can learn from this. I hope that they're not telling their story. I hope they're not telling the story, hey, we were totally misunderstood, or it was private, or hey, dude, you guys said a bunch of fucked up shit that wasn't true, that made you guys look bad. And on top of that, you were actually talking about yourself. The negative stuff you were saying about us, we actually saw those behaviors in you in the video. You're like, throwing rocks is bad. And then you're sitting there throwing rocks. So I appreciate the videos, by the way. I thought they were fun. I enjoyed them. I actually looked forward to them. So
yeah, do you have your bell notification turned on so that every time I put one up, it triggers your phone to yell at you?
You have that? That's an option.
Yes, it's one of those things that you never tell anybody to do. Like, click the bell notification, subscribe to the channel, like the video. Hey, everybody, do that. It's Hiller's like telling everyone to do it for Sevan because he never does it because he slips his mind. I'll do it for him.
I just did it. Hey, can you show people how to do that?
Bruce Wayne does it. Bruce Wayne does it.
I'm doing I switched it to personalized, and now you can get on. We go on the same account, right, Beaver?
Right.
Hey,
take this moment to like the video and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit that bell notification button.
You know what I don't like? I hate to smash the like button. It's like, all right, there's one way to do it, and it's the mouse click. I'm not gonna smash anything. This is all expensive shit.
I'm gonna smash your mom.
Oh,
okay.
Good luck.
Caleb, did you do it? Did you turn on the bell notification?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, but did you do it like with the screenshot so everyone could see how it's done?
I'll make
Hannah Anderson. How could I forget you?
Whatever this is better than real media. Well, thank you.
Andrew's got a stalker in the comment section. That's cool.
Comments on every video, and somehow the comments always get removed. Who knows how? Oh, live calling.
I didn't put the phone number up the whole time because of you babies yesterday.
What were the babies saying?
Oh, just there's this whole discussion. Sevan loves the phone. It's so dumb, and everyone was just tearing me a new one.
Should I call it?
No, we'll get some crazy. We'll get some crazy echo.
Yeah, echo.
Can you pull up Hiller's page one more time? I just want to make sure I talked about all the videos that I don't want to have watched something and not gotten some meat off the bone on it. Even like videos that I was like, fuck, I don't know what to say here. I was like, okay, make some.
You're
shit
like
up.
that idiot who doesn't eat the wings all the way.
Okay, I like his vest. Say something about his vest.
Let's see. I'll let you know if you forgot anything. That's your favorite video, the top one I have pinned.
Which one is it?
CrossFit and steroids. That's rudimentary. That's terribly
fake news. Fake
I did
news.
that on iMovie.
The ones about Tommy and Shawnee's Patreon. I like those. The Rogue Fitness one was cool.
The semifinals one. You haven't talked about that.
Oh,
that's the one where they talk about the rope climb. Where I talk about the event 4, event 5 from the 2014 regional and how it's one of the worst choices they could have possibly done for a repeat workout amongst all the semifinals this year.
Yeah, I felt like I was listening to a podcast with me and Brian Friend. I tuned out.
Oh, okay. We'll let him talk about that then.
5 close finishes. The man with full-time job saves CrossFit. That was good.
That one's good. Versus is basically the one where I speak about Lifetime versus CrossFit and how whenever I walk into a Lifetime or any sort of Globo gym, you see a whole bunch of. This one in particular was about trainers. Did you watch this one? There's trainers at a Lifetime and they're getting $800 to $200 an hour.
Is that really true? I do have notes on that one.
When's the last time you walked into like a regular old fitness facility?
Not in a long time, but I actually loved going to a Globo gym. I never had a bad experience there. I love that environment.
Do you not pay attention to what goes around you? Because it's rough. So I go there because they have the steam room, they have the sauna, they have the pool, and they have all of the accessories.
Oh yeah,
for your
yeah. You go there. It's your here. I made fun of you. You call your Globo gym membership an auxiliary gym membership. God, you're a geek. Auxiliary.
Yeah, come on.
Membership.
You know, sometimes you got to do some isometric work. You got to do the hamstring curls, and like they have a leg press. So how are you going to do sets of 20 on a back squat without your lower back or back giving out before your legs give out? You understand? You don't understand.
But I do know that I started doing some curls instead of snatches, and within a month, people in the comments started being like, "Sevan's arms look big." I was like, "Oh, I'm being rewarded."
We made you flex in the last show. Remember?
Yeah,
they're freaking huge.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. So here I'm talking about the freaking leg, the hip circle. That the hip circle is good. It's got its purpose. But when I was watching it being deployed at the Lifetime Fitness, there was a single trainer who looked like he was overweight. And I made sure to make a note that when you're overweight, it doesn't mean that you can't be a good trainer. Actually, some of the best trainers I've ever met are overweight, have worked their way down to a point. But if you were to walk in, you would still view them as overweight. But it's almost because of the path that they've gone through and all of the work that they've done that they're arguably better than any of the muscular-looking trainers that you'll have out there because they understand what it's like. They know what you got to do to get where you want to be. So I wasn't making a presupposition based upon just looking at them. What I did was I watched exactly the mannerisms of this person. He was sitting on a bench and he was just like pointing around. He was doing one of these and he had the hip circles on his 2 clients, 2 females, probably about 25 to 30 years old. And they were doing some hang cleans with the band on, which makes no sense. They were doing squats that looked just like that with the band on, with probably 65 pounds on a barbell. And they were moving back and forth. It looked like they were doing an AMRAP of hang cleans. But it wasn't an AMRAP in the sense that we would be doing it. It was like they do 5, they take some pictures, they do 5 squats, they take some pictures, they'd sit down, he'd go take a smoke break. And it was just out of control. And they're paying him. I looked at the rates. The rates are upwards of $200 an hour for these group training sessions that they're having. And it's like, that's the entire cost of a month at a CrossFit gym. And this is the issue. This is what drives me insane. I made one of my first videos I've ever made. I was sitting in a car. I was driving down the road. And I put the phone on the dashboard. And I just started talking at it. So there's wind in the background, but I'm talking about how CrossFit, if it doesn't fix itself, is going Orange Theory. And sure, any sort of fitness is better than nothing. But what Orange Theory does is if you go to an Orange Theory, you have access to weights and they have you using weights. They don't really have the time because they have to have you moving for the whole hour. It's their thing. I once had a client leave me for an Orange Theory, which was okay. She came out one day and she was drenched in sweat. And she's like, "This is so much better than CrossFit." And I go, "It makes sense that you're saying that because you never really did what we were intending to have you done. You never really understood the stimulus of the CrossFit workouts. The intensity was never gathered. But at Orange Theory, they have you run around like a chicken with your head cut off for an hour. And all of a sudden you think that everything you're doing is more applicable and you have a giant sweat going. And the disconnect there was that a whole bunch of work done the wrong way in this person's head and in some people's heads is better than getting the required stimulus done at a CrossFit gym. And there are just different people. I understand that. But when I was watching these people, they're going to this trainer at this Lifetime to get something from them for $200 an hour. Ouch. And I can guarantee you that they probably wanted to work on their glutes. So he threw the hip circle on them. So the entire time they're doing whatever the fuck they're doing, they're feeling their glutes light up because anyone who's ever put a hip circle on feels pretty much within 30 seconds, they're needing to keep their legs pressed against the band to activate the glutes. Sorry, I got going. But that was what the whole video was about. I'm sweating again.
That's awesome.
What the whole video was about. It's just a mess. And I'm afraid that's where CrossFit's going. And I guess that's because I made that video before I put together anything worth watching, in my opinion. But the truth of that video was that that's what it seems like it's going to be happening if something doesn't happen. Like you watched the video with Ben Smith talking about how the semifinals are being terribly programmed, guys. What do we got? I'm done talking. Yeah, cut me off. Thank you.
Oh boy.
Would you like to buy a t-shirt?
I know somebody who has some.
Yep.
I think I know where you can get one.
What do you think about that shirt that Suze is wearing, Travis?
I kept seeing in the comments people commenting on it, and I know I've seen the shirt before, but I can't recall where it came from.
It's brand new. It's the OG shirt with the Pukey in it. I think it's Get With The Programming has those.
Yep. Programming. They can have
Nice.
I got one coming
I
too.
like it.
Pumped. Yep.
You got all the shirts coming to replace that damn thing you're wearing right now.
I love this thing.
It's a good shirt. I like it. Especially it's got
You got-
on the back.
It's so far out of my comfort zone.
Look good in it.
It's almost as good as Hiller's shirt.
This is actually a shirt, believe it or not.
We got you in a full long sleeve whatever, and Hiller with nothing on, and almost nothing on because he almost took his underwear off.
True.
I gotta send it to the address that's sent to me. Yeah, they're up. They're actually off. I took them off during the show. I'm not wearing much anymore.
Perfect.
Just shoes.
I have Dylan's address. I'll give it to you.
You're a good dude.
We'll get him all.
What's the word, dude? What do we got?
No, I was gonna say. No, I was calling to say thanks for the entertainment. I'm over here, just packing shirts all night.
Oh,
So,
well,
been
thank
nice to
you.
have some entertainment.
Okay, thank you, Travis.
All right, guys.
Congratulations, shirt sales. Bye.
Oh, it's Travis? Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even know. Shit.
That's the dude who said, when he said he was packing all night, what'd you think he was packing?
He was packing
Guns.
Your shirts.
Travis, I'm sorry. I was lost. I missed that entirely. Travis.
So if you like this show that reviews Hiller's videos, please make a comment below, and we'll try to arrange to have Andrew Hiller back on for a third. This is your second time on or third?
This is the third time. That came off as insincere when you said it, though. I don't think you should say that ever again. You did good. You tried, though. I'm kidding. You did a great job.
Feedback. Oh, maybe you can make a video of all the shit I say on my show that's insincere.
Ooh.
Hey, do you critique your woman's? Do you critique your woman's love? Do you critique your woman's love making? I'm
putting a video out tomorrow on that, actually.
Wow.
I swear to God, it's gonna be incredible.
Because you watch everything. Haley, turn your YouTube off, please. You critique every movement. You're like in the Globo gym critiquing movements. I could just see your wife like stripping and walking to the bed, and you're like, you're doing it wrong. Oh,
there it is. Best episode yet. That's
okay.
How you
Here
like
we
that?
go.
Actually, YouTube took it down because I put up the picture of her butt, so only people here can see it. She's gonna love it.
Lucky you. Hi, how can I help you, Miss Springer?
Hello. I was just thinking, you guys were to form a football team out of the cast right here. I think I've definitely got Suze at quarterback, Hiller at running back, but Sevan, I don't know what position you would play.
Why can't I be quarterback?
No way.
Wait, why did all four of you laugh at once?
Here's what we need tomorrow. We need a clip of you throwing anything. Just throw something tomorrow. We got to see
it. You wouldn't be able to see over me.
Oh,
it'll look like the 2012
Okay, thank you.
CrossFit Games.
Hey, you would be. That is one thing I'm fucking pretty amazing at.
Throwing things?
I'm like crazy good at throwing things.
I'll
make some videos. I'll make some videos. I'll show you how like I can take a baseball and hit a target from 20 yards away like 15 times a row. I can throw a frisbee farther than any listener on the show. I can throw a frisbee.
You know Brian Friend is on the show frequently, right? He plays frisbee golf all the time. What
That's okay. He cannot throw a frisbee as far as me.
This is why you're not media, because you just talk out of your butt. You can't outthrow Brian Friend in a frisbee contest. You out of your mind.
Oh, look at this guy wants to be my wide receiver. You're a good. Oh, I would be a wide receiver. You be my wide receiver.
You would be left out.
I'm a cheerleader. Oh my goodness. Left out. Yeah.
Did you see the comment in there about the functional places? I was actually gonna take a picture of this today. I was at a Lifetime today, and they have a class called Alpha.
I'll bet you $1,000 you can't outthrow me. I can't outthrow you with the baseball. For sure, I can't outthrow you with baseball. But I'm very accurate. I'm very accurate with everything I throw. Sorry to interrupt, Hiller. But with the frisbee, I'm like fucking dangerous. Like very dangerous.
You got to go to a football field, whip that thing, and then walk it out. Do it on live.
Oh, whip it out.
Okay. Remember I said about the ideas? That's the main thing on Rogan with Mr. Beast. There you go. I'm an idea guy. But anyway, Alpha class, Lifetime. Yes. Have you ever heard of this? It's the entire thing that Greg used to apparently go around and just sue the shit out of people for, from what I know. I used to hear that he'd have the team of lawyers that would go around defending CrossFit's brand, and anyone who tried to imitate it would have people showing up at the door. So I'm at this Lifetime, and they have an Alpha class, and they had a workout called Filthy 50. And you look at it, it's like that's a CrossFit name on a workout board that has things like you're doing a back squat 5x3. You've got a class running there called Alpha on platforms with bumper plates and all this. And they have Filthy 50, but it's not the Filthy 50. I know because there weren't jumping pull-ups involved, and it's just.
Well, none of that shit was trademarked. That was just an integrity component. Just like no one has to be an affiliate. It's just about integrity at this point.
Okay. Well,
speaking of integrity, man, do I got a crazy story to tell you when we get off the air. Or you could wait for Sunday's show about what happened in California with the affiliates. Fucking nuts. I'm going to tell. No, just basically just the email list being used inappropriately. I mean, I'm going to tell the story Saturday or Sunday on the show. I think, man, the comments were brutal. I actually thought about coming on here today and reading the comments from your two videos.
It would have taken you too long. I try to respond to most of them. They're forever.
They're brutal. I think Tommy feels like Brian Stelter from CNN. They all can't seem to understand how people trust people that don't have an agenda and are just giving their opinions over news organizations.
See, I don't watch any news, so I don't understand who Brian Stelter is. Can you fill me in?
I don't really want to. I just see him on. I just see memes of him, but it's just so basically. I'll give you an example. There's so much crazy censorship on Twitter. Insane. They kicked the president of the United States off. You're not allowed to say. You weren't allowed to say that this the virus was made in a lab. You weren't allowed to say that men can't get pregnant. There's all this shit like you can't say on there, right? Just crazy censorship. Fucking thousands of people have been getting kicked off, and then Elon Musk takes control over it, and people are like, "Oh my God, the censorship's gonna be insane," and everyone's like, "What are you talking about? The censorship? Like what?" And that's what CNN's been saying. The censorship's going to be, and everyone's like tripping. How can they say that? That's basically, in a nutshell, that's exactly what Tommy and Shawnee are doing. They're telling you that one thing's happening when we can see that it's not happening, or they are also doing it, and that's why they're being compared to CNN. It's just woke shit. You can't tell if they're doing it on purpose because they're being malicious, or if they're just batshit crazy and blind. That's the problem. I was having this argument with someone today. They're like, they were talking about them like they knew what they were doing. And I'm like, I don't think they know.
You know, probably plenty of people like that, right? And so one of my biggest things with people in the way that I go about, and I don't understand this is a very me thing, and I don't know if this is a lot of people, but you'll be speaking to somebody and it's almost as if they can't possibly understand what it is you're saying just for whatever reason. They're wired a certain way. There's a book out there, and I think that there's 13 different personality types, something like that. And I might be misspeaking about the number of personality types, but there's certain ways people are wired. And when I'm speaking to somebody, all of a sudden you can't get mad at them because of the things that they're saying to you, because it's the only truth that they have because of their wiring, quote unquote. And this is a lot of the reason that I think there's so much divide in the world. And there's a lot of the reasons.
What book is that?
I need to grab it from a guy of mine who's very big on reading. I haven't myself read it, but he gave me about an hour-long breakdown on it. And that's what I took away from it, is that when people have something that they're stuck on, it doesn't even make sense for you to try to argue it because it's their truth. And I'm sure that I have my own truth, and I am arguing something as strongly as I can because no one's going to make me see any different. Right. And
I don't agree with that.
I'll hear things and I'll try to take it in, and perhaps I don't know. What the hell? There was something just jogging across my backyard. Like a rabbit
Tommy.
or something.
That's Tommy.
Oh, fuck. I'm out of here. It's like, how does he know where I live? I would say that one of the things that I really try to do is I try to hear everything out and understand where people are coming from. And I think it's because I know people are this way, and I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be the person who's not going to listen to something when it's in my head as clear as day. I don't know why they can't take it. I don't want to come off as that way to anybody else. I don't know if you're like that, or you guys are like that, or if anyone in the comment section's like that, but that's how I try to go about things.
I like to be unfucked.
That's what you say.
Right. Okay, fine.
I'm sure unfucked. That's a good way to put it. Unfucked.
I mean
16 personality traits. Somebody said it in the comments. Does anyone know the name of the book? Is that the name of the book?
I heard one time it was
Jamal.
13 too, Jamal. I heard it was based on the apostles too. Did I sign an NDA? I'm not even sure what that means. Did I sign?
Does Hiller have a lazy eye? No, I don't have a lazy eye. It just doesn't stay open quite as much.
No, he has a lazy eye. He has a lazy eyelid.
Is that how that works? It's going to be closed by the time I'm 60.
That's what your wife says. Okay. All right, guys. Sevan likes to be poked. Okay. Now we're getting too many drinks tonight. Okay.
That was Alexis. She's running around outside. She doesn't have pants on.
Is that your chick?
That's my chick.
Oh, here we go. Okay.
She's running around half naked.
This might be Fakowski or Obama. I recognize the phone number. Hello.
Oh, boy.
Hello. For the final call.
It's Sean. How you doing?
Oh, Sean. Holy shit. Thank you for calling.
Dried my eyes. I've listened, but it's a good thing I had a bit of a phone call. I had to dip away during that episode, and I didn't talk too much shit because Tommy kind of is catching a lot of dirty pancakes in this little festival here.
Yeah, he did catch some dirty pancakes. I think that is very well said. I appreciate you calling in. And I hope that we were I know we're not like real media like you, but I hope that we at least made you proud tonight. Or you saw potential.
I tell you what, well, I mean, it's really not a big deal. If this Talking Elite Fitness thing doesn't work out, I do know that you require a certain amount of gardeners, and I'm pretty good at pulling weeds. So I just want to put my CV in there in case you need a little assistance around the house, trimming your macadamia nut trees and, trimming around your cactus.
That is amazing. Things got a little tight for me financially. So I'm probably not going to bring on another gardener yet, but I predict that in 5 years, this podcast will generate more revenue.
You can pay me in fruit from the tree. That would be all right. Also, this Hiller guy. Hey, Mr. Hiller, good to meet you. Good to see you.
Is this Barack Obama? Is it Sean?
No, it's Sean Woodland.
No way.
What's up, Sean? I really appreciate that. But I'm starting this new podcast sponsored by Whoop. It's called Talking Box Fitness. Would you at all be interested in helping me out with that one? Because Tommy's not exactly fan favorite at the moment.
Tell me this: will my heart rate go over 150? If so, I might consider it.
Oh my gosh!
Well, I can pay you in prunes, and we'll talk. Okay.
Send me a DM.
Sean, I want to tell you that I believed you when you came on my show at CrossFit, and I've always thought of you as a gentleman. Thank you for calling.
Bye.
Bye. Wow. That's a great way to end the show with some with some kind of like love, right? I feel like there was some closure.
I feel good about that.
I was uncomfortable as hell.
That's because you're sitting on.
I don't know.
That's because of what you're sitting on.
Confused, uncomfortable. Yeah, that was scary.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will try to do this again next week. Andrew Hiller, you the man. Thanks for coming on. Caleb Beaver, Mr. Souza, and to all the people who might hate us. Let's lighten up a little bit. Just be cool, man. Just be cool. Just be funny. Just be funny.